Square one. Square one.
What up, what up, what up? It is Saturday. We're running late, but guess what? The show must go on. We got our two boys in the house. We're missing one. He's out feeling under the weather. Hope you get better, Roberto. Catch you hopefully next week. But we got his stand-in, Mr. Sean. I appreciate you coming by, brother.
Yep, thanks for having me here.
Not a problem. Today, we're going to do something the first time we ever done this on our show. We're going to be ranking, what's up, Caleb, the top 50 quarterbacks, NFL quarterbacks of all time. I went online last week. I punched in top 50 quarterbacks, and this is the list that they generated. Of course, we have an even panel now, so if it comes to a tie, we're going to let whoever's in the chat, which right now it seems to be. Go ahead, Chris.
Sean, thank you for coming by, but I automatically call foul because look at what his damn avatar is. Again.
Oh, no, wait, hold on. No. Sean does not like Tom Brady.
Then why the fuck does he have him on there?
Have you ever watched that Meat Canyon Tom Brady video?
Which one?
It's a video by Meat Canyon, a YouTuber.
Okay.
And that's where it's from. And he does not praise him in it.
Since Chris already disqualified him, then we won't use him when it comes to Tom Brady.
No, wait. I'll give this man a chance.
Now you want to give him a chance.
No, I know. Wait, I said I'll give him a chance. I will call foul when the time comes. If
you call foul, if it don't go your way, pretty much.
No vetoes.
Well, it doesn't matter. No, here's the deal. It's not about vetoing. If it goes 50-50, then I know it's fair. Because
what? If it goes 50-50,
just go.
When he calls 50 fouls, it's fair.
I just don't know why we were going to do this if we're just going to get Tom Brady to the end.
I feel like a veto is coming in.
Wait. I predict, people, that Tom Brady's going to be considered the best quarterback of all time.
Yeah, I can hear that.
That is correct.
Yeah, that's fucking false bullshit.
Well, I can tell you this. With Sean here, like I said, he don't like Tom Brady, so you may get that 50-50 vote.
Ties, yeah.
And depending on who it is, Tom Brady may get knocked out before the final. So who knows?
There was one quarterback that I might say is better that I like.
You see, there you go.
There
you go.
If they go head to head, if they don't go head to head, I'm telling you now, my vote's gonna be Tom. If they go head to head, I don't know.
Right.
And that is the truth.
Same here.
Okay.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and get this show on the road. Let me see. I can't see this shit, so let me blow it up.
And I have. Let me just
turn
them in here.
What did I? Okay, there we go. What up, G Major? What up? Appreciate the $5 super chat, bro.
What up, G? Maybe try and put us on like the bottom, like I do, and then maybe you can see it better.
I can see it now. Can you?
Okay. Well, I'm looking at the screen itself, so I'm good. Yeah. I just can't see anything else in the screen.
I got that full screen at the bottom. I can see everything now, and us on the side. Is that same thing y'all seeing?
Yeah, that's good. Ours.
Let me try that bottom thing you're talking about. Which one is that?
It's the little box. I think it's the second to last one where it just shows one little. There you go.
No, I don't like that. Let me go back to my original one. And then share your screen. What happened to yours?
It should be on the bottom of the little box.
I don't see
you
it.
Might have kicked it out.
I still see it there.
I don't see it though.
Okay, hold on. Let me do it again. There you go. You see it?
All right, now I see it.
Cool.
Okay. First one will be Drew Brees versus Bob Greasy. And I'll start it off with Drew Brees.
I'm going with Drew Brees as well.
I'll go with Drew Brees.
Yeah, Drew Brees.
And Drew Brees picks Sean. So Drew Brees moves on to the next round. Next up.
Dante Culpepper versus Ben Roethlisberger. Woo!
Easy
Also,
peasy.
I will let you go first. There,
Big
sir.
Ben all the way.
Chris,
Big Ben.
Mr. Sean.
You know what, Culpepper?
You fucking idiot. All right, go ahead.
I'm gonna make this interesting. I'm going. No, I'll go with Big Ben.
Donnie, smart move. Smart move.
I know you fuck me later on down the road. That ain't happening. Oh, next one. Michael Vick, Johnny Unitas. Chris.
Unitas.
Sean.
You know, I really loved watching Michael Vick back then when he was playing those poor dogs, but I'm going with Vick just because of that. Not because of the dogs. I've ordered that
because you liked him, right? We got it.
Wow, you going for him for what he did to the dogs? Okay. Well, now I know where this man sits. No,
I too am going with Michael Vick.
And I too am going with Michael Vick. So Michael Vick moves on to the next round. Johnny Unitas is a good quarterback, but Michael Vick was at one point must-see TV, you know?
Yeah, but
better.
That's where I go into the differences of football. Unitas was a football player. He was a quarterback, and they didn't have the 300 camera angles that showcased how good a player was. It was this one thing where they looked down on the field and you watched the game. I'm not mad. Vic was awesome. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I just think
I agree with you. It's just I think Vic was better as well if it wasn't for certain things.
Right.
Yeah,
has nothing to do with the dogs.
I've never seen.
Yeah, nothing to do with the dogs.
Yeah, I've only heard of his legend. I've never seen it, so I can't really intelligently say. Johnny,
watch NFL films. You watch NFL films, you see a lot of that stuff.
I've seen a little bit of like highlights from him. It wasn't bad.
But I agree with Alonzo. When Michael Vick was in his heyday, he was must see TV. So, all right. Next from two quarterbacks to be Otto Graham and Mark Brunell. Mr. Sean.
Graham.
I am going for Graham, my namesake.
Said Graham. I'm going for Mark Brunell.
And Mr. Knight.
Otto Graham.
All right.
And Otto Graham moves on to the next round.
All righty. Next is Ken Stabler and Dan Marino. I'll go first. Dan Marino.
All right. I'll second you, Donnie. Oops, my bad.
Mr. Sean.
Yeah, Marino.
And Mr. Knight.
Marino.
Unanimous decision.
All right. Next is Roger Staubach and John Elway. Woo! The really tough one of the picks so far, in my opinion. We're gonna let Chris go first.
I hate the man with a passion. And this is why I always say I hate some players with a passion. But it doesn't change the fact that they're a good quarterback. John Elway.
All right. Sean.
Yeah, I agree with that, Elway.
Anzo.
Elway. For me.
I too will pick Mr. Elway.
John Elway moves on. Why do you hate John Elway, Chris?
Oh.
I'm a Kansas City Chiefs fan, man. That man was our nightmare for years.
Okay, so it has nothing to do with his skill or anything. Just the fact that
just a
pick
rivalry.
your ass team. Yeah.
Well,
got you.
His skill was great. Don't get me wrong. But again, that's what I say. I can hate a player and still recognize their skill. It's just I know that I know what I'm using as my barometer for these things. So just let's go. Let's go.
Gotcha.
Ooh,
another tough one. Terry Bradshaw, Joe Montana, Sean,
Montana.
Chris,
Montana.
Anzo,
Terry Bradshaw.
I knew you were gonna do that.
I gotta go with Montana, bro.
Yeah, I feel you. It's all good. It's all good. Joe Montana moves on.
Next one is Lynn Dawson and Joe Theismann. Ooh, I'll go first. Joe Theismann.
All right. Isn't Lynn Dawson the Black Washington quarterback?
No.
No, okay.
You talking about
He was our
Doug
sports
Wilson.
hero in this town for 30 plus years because he's the guy that won the Super Bowl IV for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Okay. Well, fuck it. Joe Theismann for me. Who's next?
I'm sorry, Chris. You're next.
I love Lynn Dawson. I know the guy personally. But I mean, Theismann was a better quarterback all around. You know? I'm not going to lie about this. I would go for Lynn Dawson just for being a Kansas City Chiefs, but I can't do that. I mean, that makes no sense in this case. He'll get voted out probably in the next round if I did, and he's going to be voted out anyways because I know Sean's probably going to pick Theismann too.
Yeah, Theismann.
Yeah.
Good choices, guys.
I mean,
Unrealistic.
I was thinking hard on that though.
Yeah, I mean, it is a. I mean, Dawson was a good quarterback. Just
Ooh, Lord have mercy.
well then.
Versus Drew Bledsoe. We just had Drew Bledsoe.
Wasn't that like Bledsoe was the one that got
like 4 or 5
injured
picks
for
ago.
him to come in, right?
Yeah?
That's what I thought.
Tom Brady, bro.
Tom Brady.
I bet not put this in no fucking chat.
Chris?
Brady.
Oh, okay.
I'll save my Brady hate for later. I'll have to vote for him here.
I mean, I'm not gonna not vote for the guy. Like I said, I hate his guts with a passion. But he's a good quarterback. I mean,
I think he's an excellent quarterback. You know, I just think he's overrated, and as a person, mixed.
when you stop walking into your neighbors' houses and calling 4th down or 5th down plays and shit like that.
I wish you motherfuckers could be this reasonable when we doing the fucking movies.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You guys being reasonable and shit.
Let's
today.
go, man. Let's go.
I wasn't there for that, so don't talk about me.
Next one is Brett Favre and Boomer Esiason.
I'll go first if you don't mind. Brett Favre.
Chris.
Farva.
Sean.
You know, I really want to vote for the other just to say Boomer, but I'm going Brett.
That's gonna be 4 for Mr. Favre.
And we're making up for being late, you know, by having no ties.
We appreciate that. We appreciate that. What's up, Pickles? What's up, Widow? Thank y'all.
What's up, Pico? What's up, Ash? How you doing?
Next one is Archie Manning versus Steve Young.
I
gotta take one break, but I'm going with Steve Young.
All right. I'm going with Steve Young as well. Chris?
I'll go with Steve Young.
Yeah, I like both, but Steve Young.
We might get a Steve Young versus Joe Montana if that pans out. That would be interesting. That would be very interesting. Let me see what the chat is saying while Danny is gone real quick. Not much. G Major said Steve Young. Steve Young, I don't know. He was definitely a better quarterback. Like once he came in for Joe Montana, they didn't lose a beat, that team. So
No, but that was the thing. That was the beauty about San Francisco. Here's the thing: San Francisco and New England were very mirrored in how they, or I won't say mirrored because that means we're different, but they were very similar. They were parallel-like teams because when Drew Brees came out, Tom Brady came in, and they kind of just, and even when like the one or two times that Brady got hurt, the guy came in and they were pretty good, and then they would ship that backup quarterback, get some good picks or trades for that quarterback. And that quarterback would go to another system and couldn't play worth a shit. And I speak from experience as a Kansas City Chiefs fan that we were pulling people from both teams, and they couldn't play worth a lick here. Elvis Gerbach, who was Bono, who was the guy from Castle. Matt Castle came from New England. We got these guys that looked good when they walked in on their team.
So here's my question:
play outside of that team.
Doesn't that take away from Joe Montana's legend that Steve Young came in and that team didn't miss a beat?
No, it doesn't. Because that's how those teams were created. It was a scheme, and that scheme didn't matter who you were. You learned that scheme, and parts were interchangeable.
That is my point.
I hate to agree with Chris, but I give you an example. When what's the coach for Dallas that won those championships?
Jimmy Johnson.
Jimmy Johnson. Yeah. Then Brad Switzer came right in and won another one. Mm-hmm. Don't take away from Jimmy Johnson greatness.
Yeah, it was just the fact that the team was built a certain way, and everybody used the same. Like everybody learned the same thing. So nowadays, what you'll get is, I'm sorry, let me finish this.
Go ahead.
Nowadays, your backup quarterbacks don't always get that full playbook because all you're trying to do when they come in is survive or play the type of football that they can play. And I think that's why it backfired on New England. The coach in New England. My brain's dead right now. Belichick. Thank you. When he brought in Cam Newton and expected Cam Newton to play in that system, it didn't work because that's not Cam Newton's system.
Yeah, but Cam Newton can't play anywhere right now. So.
Well, I understand.
Look him out.
What I'm saying is that
but here's
teams
my question.
Aren't run the same way as they were then.
Right, but here's my question. With Danny said the coaches, I can agree with that, right? Because Barry Switzer, he took that team that Jimmy Johnson had and took it to the championship. But now if you're just saying that you can plug anybody into the 49ers system and they will do it because it's a system, then how can you say that quarterback
That's
is
not
the greatest
necessarily
of all
true,
time?
too, because we learned that Steve Young was a good quarterback, but he wasn't as good as Montana.
Hey, he won a Super Bowl.
Yeah, but he didn't win as well as Montana did. He got close.
But I'm not saying that he's like Joe Montana's level. I'm just saying that takes away from Joe Montana because if someone could just come in there and do the same, to me,
I think I think it's kind of like, because Steve Young was there so long with Joe Montana. Joe Montana was the type of guy that said, "Here, I'm going to show you. This is why we do this. If you don't see this guy open, look at this guy because this guy should be open if they're following this guy. If they double this guy's going to be open." In that scheme, the whole time, I'm betting you that Joe Montana was telling Steve Young, "See this, see this, see this. This is why we're doing this." Because back in the day when they looked at photographs and not the tablet with the live action replay, he would show those pictures to him. And that's teaching as he goes along. I'm sorry.
We'll stay on track.
Yeah.
You got the, I don't know, you see what Pickle said?
What did he say?
I'm available to join if the offer is still up.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll send you the link, Pickle.
And Becky said she's coming in 10, so I put us back odd again.
All right. Hold on. Where's the link?
So let me know because when I expand it, I can't see anybody that's coming on.
What's that?
When I expand it full on my screen, I can't see anybody that comes on.
Okay.
So when they come on, just shoot a text and let me know.
Cool.
All right, next one is Trent Green and Randall Cunningham. Sean, you go first.
Cunningham.
Anzo.
Shit. Hold on. I'm sending him the link. I'm going with Cunningham as well.
Mr. Knight.
Trent Green.
I am going with Mr. Cunningham.
All right. And Cunningham moves on.
All right. Next, we got Mr. Jim Hart and Mr. Jim Kelly. Anzo.
Jim Kelly.
Chris.
Kelly.
I'm saying Kelly also. And Mr. Sean.
Yeah, Kelly.
Jim Kelly moves on. All righty. Next up.
John Haddock. Oh, Aaron Rodgers. Let me go first. Batman. Mr. Rodgers. Thank you.
Yeah, I'll go second. Aaron Rodgers.
Thank you. Chris.
Let me think. Interesting.
Okay.
Rodgers.
Mr. Sean.
Damn, this is tough.
Well, y'all
Yeah,
tripping.
Rodgers. No.
Aaron Rodgers.
All
Trying
right.
to mess with Danny.
Well, I was saying, man, if somebody go up against somebody, I don't know.
Yeah, I feel you.
Okay. Let me get back to that full screen. Next, we're going with Brett Starr versus Phil Simms. Chris.
I'll go Phil Simms on this one.
All right.
Anzo.
Yeah, Phil Simms as well.
Sean.
Star.
And our first, whatchamacallit, because I'm going
Okay.
Star too. Yep.
All right. So Danny will put the poll up in the chat, and the chat will get to vote on who they think moves on.
I don't see how I can put the poll up.
You have to go
Down.
to your YouTube page. So pull up your
And
YouTube
down.
page, and then on the bottom you'll see 3 little boxes, and one of them's for a poll.
Shit. They had the other browser.
And Pickle, if you're there, I sent you the link. It's all good.
Who's doing the timer?
So I got to click on this show that's actually running now once I go to YouTube?
Yeah. Go to your channel.
I got a 1 minute timer up.
Well,
Okay.
Pickle joining, well, probably means Brady's going to go far, but probably not going to win, though, because he's in agreement that he isn't the best. But he says he's still like top 8 or top 5, so.
Well, I don't disagree with that.
Yeah.
I guarantee you he's top 10.
Yeah, top 10. I'd put him at like maybe number 9. Again, his leadership
and Pickles in the back, Danny.
His leadership and durability was a huge part of it.
Maybe you don't have to put up the poll, Danny. You can let him pick on it. Or you want to do the poll and make him pick on the next one?
Close that one out. You got to type it all together.
Yeah.
Come on.
Go to the 3 dots on the poll and just click in poll.
I done did that.
All right, there you go. Okay.
Yeah, it takes a minute, Danny. It's a little slow.
And then just type which do you pick and then put 2 names in there.
That's Bart Starr.
Bart Starr and Phil Simms. And then when it comes up I'll start the timer. I'll share my audio too because you'll hear the timer go off.
All right, what's up? It's up.
All right.
You'll hear the timer go whenever the timer will make a noise whenever it's done.
Yep. So guys, get your votes in, and pick for the one who you think will make it. What's poppin', Pickle?
Hey, what's up, guys?
What's up?
What's up?
Danny, I appreciate you having me on.
Not a problem, brother.
I voted for
All right.
Bart Starr and it clicked
Tom.
on Sims.
I've noticed it does that
Yeah.
sometimes.
Well, luckily,
I don't
it
know
didn't
why.
make a difference, but
Because Bart Starr is the answer.
You said time is up.
Yeah.
yeah. Sadly, you didn't win, though.
Sims won?
Phil Sims won 67%.
Phil Sims
Wow.
moves on.
The
Good job.
disrespect.
All right. Next one is up when you're ready, Donnie.
What's up, Becky?
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yep. Okay. Our next one is Phillip Rivers versus Y.A. Tittle. Never heard of that clown.
Oh,
Neither have I.
Neither
I
have
have.
I. So,
Becky, you go first.
well, since I never heard of the other guy, I'll have to say Phillip Rivers.
One for Philip.
All right, Pickle.
Yeah, it's Rivers.
Sean.
Yeah, Rivers.
Chris.
Rivers.
Hanzo.
Rivers.
He gets 6. Just Mr. Rivers.
Boom. Rivers moves on. You see, now this motherfucking list with all these people in here is a little bit harder to get Ben to the finals now.
Oh,
So
he
I'm
ain't getting there, Onzo. Better watch out.
He's getting there, babe.
Uh-oh. Next one. Ooh, this is a pretty tough one.
Ooh.
Troy Aikman of the Dallas Cowboys and Matt Ryan of the Atlanta Falcons. You let Mr. Knight go first.
Well, Troy Aikman. I hate him, but whatever.
All right, Pickle.
I mean, Troy Aikman honestly isn't much more than a just really good game manager, but Matt Ryan is just a constant choke artist. And I hate the Falcons because I'm a Saints fan. So I'm going Troy Aikman, baby.
Hanzo.
Troy Aikman all the way.
Sean.
Yeah, Ryan isn't anything special, so Aikman.
I have
Becky.
never. All right.
Miss Becky.
Aikman. He's annoying in the booth, but he was a good quarterback.
Mm.
I actually like him in the booth.
Yeah, I think he's good in the booth.
And I'm going with Troy Aikman as well.
He's
Where you
slightly less abrasive than Joe Buck.
I'll take him over Collinsworth.
Oh my God.
No way.
No.
I'll take a wisdom tooth over Collinsworth.
Wow. I think Collinsworth is one of the best.
Mm.
Yeah, Collinsworth is pretty good. I like
Eli Manning versus Doug Williams. Sean.
Oh, man, this is hard. Manning.
Chris.
Manning.
Hanzo.
Doug Williams. Can't vote for that redneck.
Becky.
No.
Oh, just for Enzo, I'll vote for that redneck. I'll
Of
vote
course
for
you
him.
will.
I'm going Doug Williams. Philosophical.
Did Williams win a Super Bowl?
He did.
Yes.
I gotta go Manning.
Didn't Eli win too, though?
Yeah, I can't deny what he did and who he beat.
Mm-hmm.
Eli Manning moves on. All right, guys. Round 2.
Joe Namath versus Drew Brees. Joe Namath got a bye.
Yes.
First, we go with philosophical.
Look at my icon, baby.
I hear
I'm
you.
going Drew Brees all day. Bye-bye, Namath.
Sean.
Namath.
I hate you.
Alonzo.
Drew Brees.
Becky.
Joe Namath.
Ooh.
This is tough.
Did Sean already go?
Yeah. Chris and you, Danny.
Chris.
Listen, it's one hell of a ballsy thing to be the underdog and still guarantee a win. Joe Namath.
Ooh.
What is happening?
Joe Namath, no man has done it since Joe Namath. And Joe Namath was, like I said, ballsy, cocky, whatever. They were the underdog. He said, I guarantee a win. And then he went out there and willed it somehow, some way. That is balls, and that gets him at least past this round, even over Drew Brees.
To make this interesting, I'm going Drew Brees.
Thank you, Danny. Thank you. Because Drew Brees was also an underdog in his Super Bowl. He just didn't have to talk about it. He just did it.
That's still fine.
He
The
was
fact
also
that Joe
underdog in his
Namath
height.
said the fact that Joe Namath said it.
He
was
said a
the-
lot of
the-
things.
Yes, he
in
did.
his drunk days.
Including again when he was on that interview during halftime. Hey, you're pretty,
So-
aren't you?
We have a tie, guys. Danny will put up the poll. Chris will have the 1-minute timer, and the chat will get to vote.
Do
And
we
if
get to
any
vote?
of-
Mm.
No, we already voted, Pickle.
Okay, so okay, I won't vote in the chat. Okay.
And anybody in the chat, man, tweet this out. Let's get more people.
I
up in
tweeted it
here.
out.
Yeah, I'm about to do that just now too.
The immense disrespect for Drew Brees, man. I can't get past it.
It's not that. It's of those two. The fact that what Joe Namath did.
Who's
that was-
better? Chris.
Well, again, I go back to the fact that Joe Namath played in a time when 5 seconds after the play was over, they could still come and run you over as a quarterback.
It's up, Chris.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I'm just gonna say this, Pickle. You gotta have emotional intelligence in this time of day. And Brees is a bad man, but he put his foot in his mouth the year before he retired. I'm just saying, ain't got nothing to do with his infield performance, but some people might feel certain kind of way about that.
Oh, I know. I mean, he apologized for it. Whatever he did.
I got you.
Man, he had almost every record until Brady took him, man. He is the
agree.
most
He's a-
underrated quarterback of all time.
I don't know about
No.
most underrated, but I know he was really good though. Like that year, he took the Saints to the Super Bowl. He
Mhm.
was really good.
The
that year.
stats that he has with the players he had, with the lack of weapons and the lack of defense, and the fact that he won a bowl, the fact how tall he was, the fact that he did it against all these guys, man.
He was bad. I
4,
ain't gonna deny that.
3, 2, 1. Poll is over.
Whew,
No
you gonna be
way.
bad, boy. Because damn, Joe Namath ran off with it, boy. 76%.
Damn, Joe Namath moves on. Sorry, Pickle.
And
I wish
there's
you could see my
there's
face.
just one sweet game that Joe Namath had against the Browns that I will always love.
I must say I'm shocked it was that big of a difference.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I'm thinking about unsubbing now.
Oh, whatever.
Next one, whoever it is.
I got it up.
I don't see it. Oh, I'm on the wrong
Ben
page.
Roethlisberger and Michael Vick.
Hold on the wrong one.
Wrong page.
Oh my God, Ben Roethlisberger.
I'm going first.
Go,
Big Ben.
Chris.
Big Ben.
You go next. Michael Vick. Sean.
Vic.
Pickle.
Onzo, this is not revenge, but I think Vic is
Are
just
you
a better.
out of
He's
your
a better player.
fucking mind?
He didn't win, but he could do more with less. He's one of the most talented
I
players I've
think
ever seen play
Beard
the
is
game.
in trouble. Guess who last? Becky. Woo.
Becky, no bias. Come on, Becky, no bias.
Oh, there is no bias. It's Michael Vick.
Oh my god, you gotta be fucking kidding me.
Listen, I love Michael Vick, but Michael Vick couldn't have won a Super Bowl on his best day.
I am definitely unsubbing.
I am so glad I ain't had nothing to do with that. So you can't go after me.
Hey, you picked Michael Vick. You picked the wrong choice, bro.
Well, you know good and well you are gonna pick that. Sonny
Hey.
Jurgensen.
Look, if it was Michael Vick or Terry Bradshaw, I would have picked Bradshaw, but it wasn't.
But you guys cannot tell me that Ben is not a better quarterback than Michael Vick.
I'm just saying more excitement, bro. Ben Roethlisberger ain't must see TV.
Excitement doesn't equal greatness.
I ain't saying shit about great. I'm saying what my eye test says. I'm going to turn on TV to see Michael Vick before I turn to see Ben Roethlisberger. I just am.
Pickle, who's a better quarterback?
I voted for Michael Vick. I think
I think Michael Vick is better than Big Ben.
Yes, the plays that he made, like you know how everyone
all the plays he made were what though? With his feet, he could not pass long for. Shit.
Dude, he threw some darts, man.
His accuracy is not even close to what Big Ben was.
I just don't think that he ever really lost games for them. Like he wasn't like a choke artist. He just never really got there.
I don't think his interceptions is as high as Big Ben's. I could be wrong.
Look, Onzo, I might look up the stats later and regret my choices, but this is where we are.
Yeah,
both of us are sad.
Never had a never had a losing record.
But he has an incredible coach and an incredible team.
2 Super Bowls. And if it wasn't for him, we wouldn't have one of those Super Bowls. Do you remember the tackle on the Indiana Colts? The pass in the end zone to
So you want us to reverse the vote, Onzo?
No. It's cool. It's all good. I'm fair. You guys voted for it. I'm fair. I'm just saying there's no way. There's no way.
Somebody getting fucked at the end. I don't know who it is, but somebody on this panel.
Go ahead. Next one.
Next is Sonny Jurgensen versus Otto Graham. I'll go first after my namesake, Mr. Graham. Chris.
Graham.
Pickle.
Otto.
Becky.
Otto.
Sean.
I mean, both are in the Hall of Fame, right?
I know Graham is. I'm not sure about Jurgensen.
Otto is.
Okay. Well, I'm going Graham anyway.
Onzo.
I'll go Graham as well.
I guess Sonny is in the Hall of Fame. Okay.
Yeah.
Would have went Graham anyway.
Ooh, another nice one. Jim Plunkett versus Dan Marino. Sean.
Oh, Plunkett.
Becky.
Marino.
Onzo.
Marino.
Chris.
Marino.
Pickle.
Dan Marino.
And I too picked Dan Marino. Next is Fran Tarkenton versus John Elway. Becky.
Who were the choices?
Fran Tarkenton versus John Elway.
I never heard of Fran, so I'll just vote for him because I can't stand that donkey face.
Oh my God. Sean.
Yeah, man, I hate Elway, but I gotta vote for him.
Onzo.
John Elway.
Chris.
Elway.
Pickle.
There's only one way, and it's Elway.
And I too pick Elway.
Regardless of his horse face. What?
Hey, if it means anything, if it was Elway or Roethlisberger, I would have picked Cheeseburger. I mean Roethlisberger.
Damn.
We're past that now. We are past that now.
Next one is Vinny Testaverde versus Joe Montana. Chris,
Montana.
Pickle.
Joe Montana.
I two pick Montana. Anzo.
Vinny Testaverde.
Really?
Joe Montana.
What?
Oh. Sean
Joe.
and Miss Becky.
Montana.
That was a no-brainer there, buddy. Next is Ron Jaworski. I always fuck his name up. Versus Joe Theismann. I believe he used to play for the Eagles, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Jaworski. We're gonna let Pickle go first.
Theismann. Jaworski was just kind of like, he was good. That's it.
Chris.
Theismann.
I two pick Theismann. Anzo.
Theismann.
Becky.
Theismann.
Sean.
Theismann.
Another no-brainer. Next one is Donovan McNabb versus Tom Brady. And let's see what Miss Becky has to say.
Well, obviously Brady, but man, I did love watching Donovan McNabb.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and pick Brady. Anzo.
Brady.
Chris.
Brady.
Sean.
I'm just gonna give McNabb a vote because I did like watching him as well.
Pickle.
McNabb was good, but Brady's all-time great.
Brady moves on.
Kurt Warner versus Brett Favre.
Easy.
Pickle.
What Kurt Warner did was amazing, but taking away his story, he just didn't do as much as Favre. Favre was a better quarterback.
Chris.
Favre.
I two pick Favre. Arnzo.
Favre.
Sean.
Again, I'll give Warner votes because I like him since he's not going to win.
Becky.
Brett Favre.
Alrighty.
And Brett Favre moves on.
Steve Young versus Mr. Randall Cunningham. Sean.
Young.
Becky.
Randall Cunningham.
Anzo.
Cunningham.
Pickle.
Come back to me. It's like even for me.
All right. Chris.
Young.
I'm going with Cunningham. And Pickle.
Steve Young. Barely.
All right.
We have a tie.
We have a tie. All right, chat. Let's see what the chat says. Who is better? Steve Young.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Anzo, you still thinking about old Ben?
When I picked Randall, no.
Are you still thinking about the heartbreak?
Yes.
Because I'm still thinking about my boy Drew. Like,
Yes.
I can't
Yes, I
believe
am.
our guys lost in the second round,
Yes.
Hey, I can't believe Drew Brees lost.
and they're both top 15 quarterbacks.
Yes, I agree.
I kind of feel bad about the Mike Vick thing. I would honestly change it back to Ben. Sorry, Anzo.
Well, that's all good.
I wouldn't change it back.
Yeah. I mean, for me, it's about even, but I don't think either are winning this anyway, so it doesn't matter.
I was gonna make sure Brees got to the end, baby.
This is the only comparison I can make. I know statistically that Big Ben is better statistic wise, and statistically LeBron James is better than Jordan. But Jordan was must see TV. Michael Vick in his heyday was must see TV. That's why I did it.
Danny, I love. At least you can admit that. Thank you. That's all I needed. LeBron is a better player than Jordan.
No, I didn't say that. I said
Oh.
statistic wise.
Oh, okay.
I say statistically speaking.
Okay, I'll take it.
And to be fair, I have always loved Michael Vick. I thought he was.
That is fine, but he is not a better quarterback than Big Ben. And I'm just gonna say this because I know I'll get a Phantom Zone and piss Danny out. But yes, LeBron James is better than fucking Michael Jordan. There, I said it. Phantom Zone me then. Do what you want to
Yeah, do it.
I know that ain't true. I know you worry about that. And I know in your heart of hearts you don't even believe that yourself.
I believe it 100%.
Says the man that got a closet full of Jordans and rock Jordan attire all the time.
Love his shoes, love his clothes.
Yeah.
Can't deny that. I mean,
Lonzo, you ever bought a pair of LeBrons?
Nope.
Never.
I had one pair in middle school. They're just
They're
not
ugly
as good.
though. They're
Is it over,
ugly,
Chris?
Yes. I don't know why I didn't
Alright.
go off.
And the winner.
Oh my God, Steve Young smashed Randall Cunningham, 92%.
Jesus Christ. But I ain't mad at that.
I'm not mad.
I
Love
mean,
both players.
that's the biggest ass whipping of the night.
Yeah.
All right, it's another tough one. If you what's the name of that team? I can't think of it.
Which
Tennessee
one?
Titans.
Mm-hmm.
Steve McNair versus Mr. Jim Kelly. Becky.
Come back to me.
Anzo.
Jim Kelly.
Sean.
Maybe if they switched the teams around that they were on, but Kelly.
Chris. Want to come back to you?
Yeah.
Pickle.
Jim Kelly.
It's not that hard of a choice.
I'm going to pick Jim Kelly myself. Becky.
Jim Kelly.
Chris.
Give it to Jim Kelly then.
I didn't think McNair played up to his prime.
Couple injuries, but I mean Jim Kelly, even though he didn't win the Super Bowl, he went to it 4 times in a row. No team has ever done that. And the last 2, he didn't. It wasn't his fault they lost.
Next one, Dan Fouts versus Aaron Rodgers. Let me go ahead and Aaron Rodgers. Chris.
Rodgers.
Pickle.
The bad man.
Sean.
Rodgers.
Becky.
Rodgers.
Anzo.
Rodgers.
It hurt him to say it. It hurt him to physically say that just now.
He sounded like he was in pain.
Oh my God. Oh yeah, this I'm ready to see. Peyton Manning versus Phil Simms. Let me go first. Peyton Manning all day long. Becky.
Manning.
Anzo.
Manning.
Pickle.
Oh yeah, Peyton Manning.
Chris.
Manning.
Sean.
Yeah, Peyton.
All day, every day.
You all right, Chris?
Hmm?
Oh.
He feels
No,
bad.
fine.
He feels bad for what he did to Brees.
And Ben.
No, I don't.
Yeah, deep inside.
No. Wait. Anza.
Oh,
I
you
voted
picked
for
Ben.
Ben.
Yeah, you're right.
Because
Chris voted for
I
Ben.
know the difference between a good quarterback and just a guy that goes out there and
No,
looks.
you don't.
Class.
You,
Pretty.
know, you
Yeah.
know that Monzo will fuck you later on if you didn't go with that one. You know that. You ain't
No.
nobody.
That has nothing to do with it. I like
Okay.
Ben Roethlisberger. I've always said that.
Like, I can't piss Ronzo because I know that.
Oh, whatever.
I know that guy.
You
from
know
Kansas
I'm
City.
gonna do.
I
You
know that
know
guy from Kansas
I
City
don't give a
coming.
fuck if I piss him off because it doesn't matter. He's still gonna pick Brady.
Okay.
Uh,
Bernie Kosar versus Phillip Rivers. Chris. Bernie Kosar. I think that's a Browns quarterback, Becky.
Yeah, he was a Browns quarterback for a long
Quarterback
time.
from 1985 to I want to say 1994.
Wasn't he? He was there the last year before they became the expansion team.
Vinny Testaverde was our quarterback in 95. Well, in 94. But when did the Cowboys
Hey, I'm trying to keep
win the Super Bowl in the 90s?
Rivers. Rivers.
All right, Phil said Rivers. Chris said Rivers.
Pickle.
Yeah, Rivers. Who's this other guy?
Bernie Kosar. I've heard of him before. I think he might be in the Hall of Fame.
No.
No, he's not.
No, he's a Brown. Come on.
Well, he won a Super Bowl with Dallas, but he is not Hall of Fame contender.
Okay. That's good. Comment chat. I pick Phillip Rivers. Anzo.
Phillip Rivers.
Sean.
Yes, no contest, Rivers.
Becky.
Rivers.
Turn on her own team.
No. I met Bernie when I was a kid. He's a hometown boy.
Ooh.
He's from he lives probably about an hour away from me.
Okay. Warren Moon versus Troy Aikman. Ooh, pickle.
The answer is Warren Moon. He was simply a better quarterback. I think Aikman had more help. Like you put Aikman on a team with lesser players, I'm not sure if he even wins one ring.
Damn.
Yeah, sort of like Brady.
Hey,
Brady's quite a bit better than Aikman.
Whoa. Sean, you fucking up. I was trying to be civilized, but you are really fucking up with the comments. All right, Chris.
Warren Moon.
Becky.
Warren Moon.
Who did Chris pick?
Moon.
Okay.
Sean.
Yeah, Moon.
Anzo.
Troy Aikman. You guys understand that Warren Moon was part of the biggest fucking comeback in NFL history? Like choke art? It's Troy Aikman.
I'm too going with Troy, but too little, too late.
Yep. I like Warren Moon, but he was part of that Buffalo Bills that was down 33-3 and came back and won. It's still the biggest upset or choke job in NFL.
I wouldn't say it was much his fault.
Yeah, but I don't think we should judge quarterbacks on their worst moment.
Yeah.
Well, it's part of it.
Yeah.
Next one is Rich Gannon and Eli Manning. I'm going first, Eli Manning. Then this goes straight down.
So who's next? Me? All right. I am going for Rich Gannon.
Manning.
Gannon.
Becky Pickle.
This is a who's who of mediocrity. I'm gonna go Eli Manning.
Becky.
Rich.
You realize I went Rich, right?
Hmm?
I said Gannon.
Oh,
Yeah.
you said Gannon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So that's 3 Gannons then, and 3 Eli. So it's a tie. Interesting. I was a Raider fan back when Rich Gannon was quarterbacking, so that's why I took him. And then I remember
He was our quarterback, and we should have never let him go.
He was Casey's quarterback
Yeah.
before Raiders.
We kept Elvis Gerbach and traded him.
Oh,
Again, we didn't have a clue on what a good quarterback was.
we have a tie, Danny.
How we got a tie? I did do Eli Manning. Okay. All right. Let's see. Who in the hell picked Rick Gannon?
I did.
3 people.
I was a Raiders fan when he was quarterbacking, so that's why. And that's why I hate that fucking Tampa Bay team because, the coach went over there and basically gave them the Super Bowl that year. So fuck him.
Yeah.
John Gruden. Fuck that racist prick.
Man, look, dude, John Gruden was like my favorite NFL personality, and he just completely disappointed me.
Yeah.
Like, it was like unbelievable. The things that he said.
Mm-hmm.
Is it up?
No, it's slow as shit.
Yeah, I need to end the other poll.
Yeah, that's right. Okay.
Yeah, it happens. Well, you know that's how it is whenever we're doing this any other time. It takes a second for it to come up.
All right,
Yeah,
Anzo. So tournament.
I didn't hear the other poll. That's why.
Okay.
Anzo. So tournament of the losers. Who's better, Roethlisberger or Drew Brees?
Roethlisberger.
Oh my God.
Come on now, you know I was gonna say that.
Yeah.
No, Brees is better than him.
Who's the two I'm asking? What was the other guy's name?
Who? Drew Brees or
Rich Gannon and
no,
Eli
no.
Manning.
Rich.
Oh.
Rich Gannon
I'm in the past.
versus Eli Manning. And what were you saying about Drew Brees?
Like, I'm loyal, but I'm not blind. Come on.
I'm loyal and I'm not blind either.
Man.
I think Ben Roethlisberger had a better career. There's more Super Bowls. You know what I mean? And to be honest with you, he's had good players, but he was the major part of a lot of those Super Bowl teams and the way his team performed. You know, look how many times he came out and the backup came in and shit the bed.
No, he's amazing, but like, come on, man.
He win more Super Bowls, but I ain't gonna say he had a better career. I don't know.
Yeah, Brees has like almost every stat is better. He had worse players. Dude, when he won a Super Bowl, he didn't have a single Pro Bowler as like on his offense. Maybe Deuce McAllister.
Drew Brees has some good some good players.
But he won a Super Bowl with like doo-doo heads. Marcus Colston was like a 4th round pick. That was his best wide receiver for like 8 years.
But Michael Colston was really good that year.
I'm waiting.
Drew Brees made him good.
Maybe he made Drew Brees good.
Nah. No.
Hey, Keely, what's going on? Guys, share out the stream. Smash the like button, guys. Come on.
Yeah,
All right, I'm gonna go break it.
2, 1, in the poll.
And the winner
is Eli Manning by 60%.
He did beat Tom Brady, so
I'm
twice.
surprised that was close.
All right. What we got
And
here?
ended with 56. Damn. Can't believe it was that close of a vote.
No, it was close.
All right. The next one is Joe Namath versus Mike Vick. I'm going first. Mike Vick. Chris.
Namath.
Pickle.
I want revenge against Namath, but I think Namath was a little better.
Sean.
Say Vic.
Anzo.
Joe Namath.
Becky.
Joe Namath.
And Joe Namath moves on to the next round.
Hollywood.
Anzo broke the code.
I did not.
Next one is Otto Graham versus Dan Marino. Becky.
Otto.
Sean.
Yeah, Graham.
Anzo.
Dan Marino.
I too go Dan Marino. Chris.
Marino.
And Pickle.
Dan Marino.
Dan Marino moves on.
God damn it.
Ooh.
Oh,
John Elway of the Denver Broncos versus Joe Montana of the 49ers. I will go with Philosophical Pickle first.
does anybody have like any of their stats off the top of their head, like how many bowls they won?
5
Because-
for Montana.
4.
Elway only won
5 and
2.
3. I thought he won 3.
He went 4.
Wait, Montana went 4-0, didn't he?
Yeah, he went 4.
Oh, yeah, that's right, 4. But Elway went to.
Elway won 2.
He only
with
won
Denver.
2 out of 5. I think he went to.
Yeah, and he won back-to-back.
Oh man. So my middle name is actually Montana.
Mm-hmm.
What
I'm
the
named
hell
after
is
Joe
that gonna do with
Montana.
anything?
Thanks for telling me that, Pickle.
I mean, I'm just saying.
Whoop the damn
Yeah.
dude. My name is Daniel Boone. I ain't Danny Graham. I ain't fucking no frontiersman. You give a shit about that. Man, go with your heart.
My heart says Montana. Yeah, he went undefeated. I think he did have better players around him, but damn, I don't know. I'm conflicted.
Yeah, let me come back to you because you're talking crazy. Becky,
Montana.
There we go.
Chris,
Montana.
Sean,
Yeah, Montana.
Anzo.
Montana.
Who am I missing? It should be 5 votes. Oh,
Yeah,
Pickle.
there's 2 more. Pickle and
Yeah.
and me. I'm going Montana. Pickle.
Yeah, make it a clean sweep.
All right.
Joe Montana. Hunton will love this shit.
Joe Dive. Fuck. Motherfuck this. Joe Theismann versus Tom Brady. Oh, God. Chris.
Tom Brady.
Pickle.
Thomas Edward Patrick Brady.
Becky.
Brady.
Anzo.
Brady.
Sean.
Brady.
Damn, Joe. I got to go with Tom Brady, too. Damn,
Tom
he
Brady
went
moves
to
on.
a fucking buzz.
Some guys just get bad matchups.
I ain't lying. He went to a buzz saw that time.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. Ooh. Brett Favre versus Steve Young. Anzo.
Steve Young.
Sean.
Favre.
Becky.
Since I can't pick both, Favre.
Chris.
Those two right there had some of the best matchups of all time against each other. But Brett Favre, absolutely.
Pickle.
I think they're about even, but I'm not sure if I can overlook all the picks. Like Brett Favre straight up lost games, and you could point the finger at him. The reason that he could have had more Super Bowls if he wasn't so stupid with the ball. So I'm going Steve Young barely.
He was a gunslinger.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm going to make this interesting. I'm going Young, too.
Mm.
Because it's not the bad man. He's going to throw this guy into the pot.
The chat gets
I'm
to
just saying, man,
decide.
both forms to me are about even.
That's fine.
Oh,
Hey,
hold on. The next round. That's going to be an interesting one.
Okay.
one, sure.
Who is better?
Any predictions who you guys think is going to win?
I don't know. It'd be about 50-50. I think it would be close. Better not be 50-50, people. Oh, my God. I hate those.
I think Favre will win.
And then 15 people afterwards say, I didn't vote. It's like, what the? Vote.
Yeah.
I think Favre will win because he played more recently. And just recency bias.
Possibly.
Right, people. Whoa, I spelled his name wrong.
Well, I love both of them when I was a kid.
But remember,
Is it up?
we have to add
Alright.
what he did on the
It's
Jets
up
and the
now.
Vikings.
Wait. Okay. All right.
I especially loved when they beat Dallas. Whenever they beat Dallas, I loved them even more.
And I loved when
just
Dallas
popped
beat
up.
them
So
as
everybody vote. Everybody vote in the chat.
Make sure you get your votes in, guys.
Yeah. Brett Favre versus Steve Young.
Look, I'm not proud of Bountygate, but I wouldn't have wanted it to happen on another guy. I loved it. Seeing Brett Favre crawl on his knees after he betrayed the Packers.
Did he really betray the Packers, though?
I mean, they moved on from him, but he could have went to other teams. He specifically went to the Vikings.
That he did
They
do.
moved to a better quarterback, so I don't care.
Oh yeah, far better.
Who moved to a better quarterback?
Green Bay.
Mm.
Yeah.
About that.
Four time.
Might be 5. He might get another one.
As long as he goes
All
to Pittsburgh and does it.
God. From Anzo's mouth to your ear, please let him go and be the bad man that he is. I can hear you eat those words.
Time's up.
Oh, it's 50-50.
Shit.
What? Did you end the poll?
The poll
End
is
the
in
poll because it might change sometimes.
All right.
But I don't know. We'll see.
No. 52% Steve Young. 47% Brett Favre.
Ooh.
So Steve Young won.
Yep. So Steve Young won. Just barely.
That
Somebody
was
clicking the
close.
last vote at one time. Last minute. Okay. What up, Gabe? Rest of the people in the chat. G Major. Shout out to the
What up?
chat. Thank y'all. Keely Chow. Thank you. Mystic Shadows. Appreciate you. Alternator. Thank you, sir. Samuel Stokes. Thank you. The lovely Sherry. Appreciate you. Who else? That's everybody. Thank y'all all for joining us, man. We appreciate y'all hanging in there with us. Next one is Jim Kelly, Aaron Rodgers. Whew. Becky,
Rodgers.
Sean,
Kelly.
Pickle,
The GOAT.
Jim Kelly?
No, Rodgers.
Oh.
Tom
Chris.
Brady's not a choice.
Rodgers.
Anzo,
Jim Kelly.
and I pick Mr. Rodgers. Another tie. No, 4-2. Okay.
No, 4-2.
Ooh, thank you. Next is Peyton Manning versus Phillip Rivers. I'll go first. Mr. Manning, please. Chris,
Manning.
Pickle,
Peyton Manning is better in every category.
Anzo,
Peyton Manning.
Sean,
Manning.
Becky.
Manning.
That's a clean sweep, ain't it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it is.
Next is Warren Moon versus Eli Manning. They're gonna be to put two brothers together. Chris,
Manning.
Pickle,
Warren Moon was far superior. I can't look over the fact that Eli Manning is one lucky throw away from not having 2 bowls. It's Warren Moon.
all right.
How many does Warren Moon have?
0.
That's what I thought.
Anzo,
It's Eli.
Sean,
Eli.
Becky,
Warren Moon.
and I'm picking Eli.
Oh, what is happening?
You know good and well you starting off your franchise. You're not picking no Warren Moon over Eli Manning.
If you're going to tell me that Eli Manning will lead the league in picks 4 or 5 years, I'm picking Moon.
I don't care. The pedigree says more than any pedigree that come from Warren Moon. I'm
Man.
And Archie and Peyton rub off. You run that kind of greatness, somebody's going to have to rub off on you. That's all I'm saying. Joe Namath, Dan Marino, Chris.
Dan Marino.
What? I am shocked. Pickle.
Dan Marino.
Damn.
Dan Marino is the best quarterback to never win a Super Bowl.
I'm just shocked.
Absolutely.
From the way you was blowing the other guy horn. I'm not disagreeing.
Well, yeah, but in those situations,
Chris, he's better than a lot of guys who have one.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying.
So.
There was a lot of reasons why they didn't win.
All
And it
thing I was
wasn't
saying is that you
Moreno.
didn't guarantee a win. One did and did it. So I thought that what you was hanging your hat on with Joe Namath.
No,
But I stand
not in this
corrected.
case. No.
I picked Dan Marino as well. Anzo,
Dan Marino.
Sean,
Yeah, Joe had a good run, but Dan.
Becky,
Marino.
All right, that's a clean sweep as well.
There we go.
Joe Montana versus Tom Brady. Woo! Let me go ahead first, Mr. Brady. Thank you. Chris.
Montana.
Pickle.
I don't know. Come back.
I'll come.
This is hard.
Becky.
Montana.
Anzo.
Montana.
Sean.
Yeah, it's Montana easily. Get the Brady the fuck out
Y'all
of here.
motherfuckers is about to get Phantom Zone.
I can't deny what Brady has done in his last couple years. Nobody's ever done it, and I always make the argument against Brady. He had a lot of help, had a lot of luck, but so did Montana.
And cheating.
So I'm going Brady, slightly.
Who are we missing?
It was Becky, me, Chris, and Alonzo that went Montana. So
I think you just chose to.
Oh, wait, no,
not
Becky
count one
said
of the votes.
Montana. Yeah.
Becky
There's
said
4-2.
Montana. I said Montana. Chris said Montana. Sean said
Yep.
Montana.
Dang.
So Joe Montana moves on.
Y'all some ass clowns,
it
but-
was the right
Thank
decision.
you. Dear God in heaven, thank you for common sense.
I know who
God.
ain't on here. Because if he was on here, his ass would never make it.
Yeah, so he's not even top 5. So yeah, that's the right decision. He's right where he should be.
Steve Young versus Aaron Rodgers. Wow.
Aaron Rodgers. Anzo.
Steve Young.
Chris.
Rodgers.
Sean.
Young.
Pickle.
Aaron Rodgers.
Becky.
Oh. Steve Young.
Ooh, we have a tie.
And Young's gonna win because people don't like Rodgers' personality.
Never invite
I love Rodgers' bad boy personality. I just think Steve Young.
Chat. You know what to do.
Alonzo, don't try to sway people.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
sway them
Because
back.
that shit fucked me up. That shit fucked. You're right. Thank you, Vigil. That shit fucked me
Like
up.
I
Every time
said-
it goes opposite.
Like I said last night, Odzo could take an innocent man all the way to a chair.
Yeah, I ain't saying shit.
But I
I'll
didn't
say
do
shit.
anything. Hey, I got you all the way. I'm innocent. Oh, well, then I can't help it.
Listen,
Sorry.
Aaron Rodgers is simply the most gifted thrower of the football we have ever seen in the league. You can't look past that. Steve Young was great. Rodgers is the best. He's the most talented player to ever come in the league. Ever. He's made throws that others can only literally dream of.
Do you have it up?
Wow.
Is it
Okay,
up,
pull
Danny?
Danny?
Wait.
Not yet. I'll let you know.
Okay. All right.
Listen, I sort of agree with you, Pickle, but I'm just happy
All right,
enough
now
that
it is.
Brady's out, so I went with a personal pick because I like Young a lot.
I don't know one thing. Becky and Sean, enjoy this time on my show.
I'm really getting a kick out of and my brother Enzo.
Thank you. Appreciate it. You already know what I'm saying.
You're really making me sick.
Let's go, chat. Let's do it.
Breaking my heart, Anakin. You're going down a path you cannot follow.
Hey, Enzo, all you gotta do is ask me who would I think would be better, Ben or Bradshaw, when it comes to the Steelers.
Who's better?
Bradshaw.
What?
Note to self: never invite Becky back on the show.
Terry Bradshaw had more interceptions than touchdowns for his first 4 years.
She just don't like Ben. It's okay. It's fine.
No, I think Bradshaw is a very
Time's up.
underrated quarterback.
And the winner,
Please, God.
please.
I can't see nothing yet.
Give me this one. Give me this.
Oh, my.
Yes. Am I seeing what I'm seeing?
You are.
Is Steve Young?
I'm
Yeah.
shocked that actually won.
What was the
54
It was a-
percentage?
Boy,
I'm sad. This is Danny, you should be
Bro,
Justice has been served.
disappointed in these panelists, in your fans and your subscribers.
It ain't
They
the
need to
panel.
do better.
the subscribers, if I didn't want you, I would, boy, I'd be cussing your ass out now, boy. Big time.
Mm-hmm.
It is taking a bunch of restraint not to do so. Dan Marino versus Joe Montana. Becky.
Montana.
Pickle.
Joe Montana.
Sean.
Marino.
Chris.
Montana.
Anzo.
Montana.
I two pick Montana.
Yeah, I like Montana more. It was just a pity vote. He wasn't gonna win.
See, that's
Oh,
why
wait.
you can't have Sean on these tier
Oh,
videos.
we missed one. I'm sorry.
So Sean is the Mike of this panel.
Well,
Sean will vote for the opposite just because.
Well, no,
You
I
can't
love
trust
them
him.
both. They're both kind of like even to me, but Montana, I think objectively was like a bit better, but for personal reasons and just because.
I would love to vote for Marino
I apologize, guys. I
at
missed
that
one.
time.
Yeah, like trust me.
Oh,
if
there it
there's
is.
like a thing that could like swing a decision, I wouldn't vote for something like that just because.
All right. Next category is Peyton Manning versus Eli Manning. Pickle.
The fact that Eli has made it this far and Brees hasn't disappoints me. I'm angered, and it's Peyton Manning all the way.
Sean.
I want to troll pick Eli, but Peyton.
Becky. Becky.
Peyton.
Just thinking of picking Eli.
Anzo.
Because Peyton's
Peyton.
Chris.
See, this is tough because they did both win 2 Super Bowls, but I'm going to say Peyton because I think Peyton was a more structured and better quarterback overall.
Peyton Manning.
And Peyton Manning moves on.
Chris, you don't have to give reasons.
Oh, yeah. Because
just-
these
it's
guys
just
think
objective
that I
fact.
just vote against Brady because I don't like Brady.
Oh,
I'm giving them the ideas of why I think the way I think. Not that that's going to help them because I think I'm crazy anyway, so
I was hoping it would come to Brady versus Manning.
Steve Young versus Peyton Manning. Pickle.
How many bowls did Young win?
3,
Two.
I think.
2,
Two.
And I don't
went
put as
to
much
3.
into bowls.
I think
I
he
just
won
want to know.
3.
Is it 3?
You were
I
3.
think.
Oh, okay.
Peyton Manning.
Becky.
Steve Young.
Anzo.
Peyton.
I'm picking Peyton. Sean.
Young.
Chris.
Let's go to the chat. Young.
Wow.
John's been picking Young.
Wow. Wow.
I don't think Young's going to win this in the chat. I really don't. But
I didn't think the chat would pick Steve Young over Aaron Rodgers.
I didn't think so either. But I guess that bad boy image makes people not want to go for him.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
It
Which
blinds
I don't
them.
I don't understand because I don't think he's got that much of a bad boy
He
image.
doesn't.
I mean,
People make it out that he's this terrible guy.
I mean, I think honestly, Ben Roethlisberger had a more of a bad boy attitude about shit. But
Yes, and
Oh,
he might
yes.
have actually done criminal activities.
well, that's true. All right, is it up? No,
Yeah.
sorry.
It is up, guys. Make sure you get those
No, it's not.
votes in. Oh, sorry.
Good chat. You know the right answer is Young. All right.
But why,
All
Sean?
right. Yeah, I met Peyton Manning one time, and he punched me in the face. He's a really
What?
cool dude. So you should vote for Young.
To personally, guys, I think it's Peyton because there's no other quarterback that, controlled and read the game better at the line of scrimmage than Peyton Manning. Everything that was called was never the play that started that
All right,
he
so-
played. He audibled on every single play.
Almost Omaha.
Again,
Omaha.
like the Marino one, it's was even for me, so I just went with like who I liked personally watching.
Okay.
I mean, Peyton Manning might have been one of the top 3 smartest football players, but it is hard to get over his offseason choking. I mean, he won a Super Bowl when he threw like 17 or 18 touchdowns in a year.
Would you like to continue to be back to my show another time?
Yeah, I would love it.
All right, silence.
But I will not. I
There'll
will
be
not.
no bad talking about Peyton Manning.
Listen, no. I love Peyton Manning. I would have voted for him over Tom Brady. I voted for him. I'm just saying I can understand. Like he did choke a lot in the playoffs.
He did.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
Like that last Super Bowl, like that wasn't because he was incredible. Like his defense was incredible.
True.
Time's up.
The poll is over.
Look at
And
this
the winner.
bullshit here.
What does it say? You told me Steve Young? Steve Young won, Danny?
When I clicked off, yep, 56% Steve Young.
All right.
Man.
You know what? I know Danny won't say it, so I'm going to say it. Danny, your chat is just as bad as mine was.
Yeah, they are. They are.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Your chat
Young
is
was the
just
upsets, man. That's his second or
I
third
So-
would
upset.
never ever put it.
I think
in
it's like
chat.
his
And
So-
it would be
So you have a
all
bronze
wrong.
match.
Yes, we do have a bronze match. And the championship round is Joe Montana versus Steve Young. What the fuck?
Really?
Oh my lord.
That's fucking horrible.
Interesting.
I'm just waiting for the bronze match to generate.
Well, I don't know, but I'm just saying that I've always said I think Joe Montana is the best quarterback of all time. So
I think
I don't
he
know
is.
if this is. I think this is showing that.
Yeah, he
Like I
had
said-
an amazing team like Brady, but he's different than him for many reasons, which I won't get into. Yeah, I think he's the best.
Okay, there we go.
Bronze match.
Which is the worst idea I've ever had.
Ooh, wow, really?
Why is it not showing me where I can click on it though? I don't think I have to. Oh, maybe I have to do this first, I guess. Or is it just taking a while to load up? Let me see something, because I know I did the bronze match first last time.
Mhm.
So. Okay, there. No? Okay, there we go.
There it is.
I
There
didn't
it
see
is.
Yeah, pull over. All right.
All right, for the bronze match, correct?
Yes.
Dan Marino versus Peyton Manning. Becky,
Manning.
Pickle,
Peyton Manning.
Sean,
Manning.
Chris.
This is the same person with a different name. They were literally very, very similar on how they played. Oh my god. I know he's not going to win, but I'll give Marino a vote.
Anzo.
Manning.
I had to pick Manning.
And Manning. Sorry about that. And Manning.
Yeah,
Wait,
so
there's 6,
5-1.
right?
Yeah.
Oh, no,
5,
someone.
No, 5-1.
Okay,
one.
yeah,
Chris
Chris took
did.
Marino.
Yeah.
All right. And the championship round, which is unfucking believable to me.
You ain't by yourself, bro. Joe Montana, Steve Young. I'm going first. Steve Young. Anzo.
I'm going with you, Danny. Steve Young.
Sean.
Steve Young.
Becky.
No, wait, Sean,
No, I'm joking. I was about to say
you
Montana.
were laughing when you said it.
Yes,
Okay,
exactly. I can't believe Steve Young got 2 votes.
Pickle.
Aaron Rodgers. Any other answer is a lie. But for these two bozos, I'm gonna go with Montana, even though they can't fucking hold Rodgers' jockstrap.
Oh, whatever. Yes, they
Becky.
can. Well, maybe not Steve Young, but Montana can.
Come on, Becky.
I can't wait to text this to Quentin.
Montana.
Who didn't go?
Chris.
Yeah, Chris.
Montana.
Hey.
I just love that this fucking thing
If I could
proved what I have said.
On this channel, I would.
Whatever. Oh my God.
Danny, I know you'll have me back.
Everybody's just mad that I have like supported Montana in this argument forever, and then when it comes out in this type of a format,
I don't want to hear that bullshit.
This is unbelievable.
Y'all fucking know good and well that 49ers should not be in the finals. Y'all
For
fucking-
real.
Y'all for
I
real.
didn't put Steve Young
To
there.
be
I didn't
clear,
put Steve Young there.
Joe Montana actually played with the Chiefs for a few years.
It's true.
Yes,
Well,
Jeff. I sure wish you could have come on here and brought some sense to this. This right here is fucking a nightmare.
Wait, so Danny, if you had your pick, who would have been the best? Who's
Been
number
Aaron
one?
Rodgers or Brady? One of the two.
I wish that they would have competed. I would have, who I would have voted for.
Yeah, you would have voted for Aaron Rodgers.
So Dan Marino made it further than Drew Brees,
You know that's funny.
made it further than Tom Brady, made it further than Ben Roethlisberger, made it further than
Mhm.
Mhm.
he's probably like 7th or 8th
Mhm.
at best.
I tell you, these fucking rankings never work out the way you think they're going to work out.
Yeah,
They
for me,
never do.
I'm telling
Young
you.
would be
I'm
5th
not
or
ready to fight.
6th. Again, I just voted for him those times because they were like even for me. I personally love
If I could go to every chat member's house and fight them, I would right now.
I'm shocked he
Unbelievable.
actually won all those polls.
This one here, I don't believe that shit.
I mean, and
This
Joe
one here.
Montana beat Brady, he beat Elway, he beat
Yeah,
Young.
I'm
So
with you,
it's not like he
Jess.
had like
I'm with
easy
you.
matchups.
No, he had some good matchups. He did, but Steve Young should not have beaten Aaron Rodgers.
Oh my god.
No.
Yeah.
I got a headache.
Even though I took Steve Young.
Then what?
I'm
Somebody
sorry. I told
just
you that
those
Anzo was
matchups
gonna
there.
screw somebody.
Danny, do you need a beer?
No, I need a fucking hit or something.
Somebody
Oh.
screenshot that image with Favre, Rodgers, and Manning there.
Really, Jess? Well, I'm glad you didn't come on here. Talking about as long as Brady didn't win, I'm good.
Yeah, I'm with her.
Thank you, Jess. There you go.
Oh my
Brady
God.
is an argument for one of the best of all time. I will not deny that. But here's the thing. I even told you this the other day. That when you break it down for the length of their career, Montana won just as many per year as he played of Super Bowls as if you break it down, divide how many years they played by how many Super Bowls they won. They're basically identical by maybe a month or two. So for every so many months, they both won a Super Bowl. Also, again, I always go back to the fact that we're talking about Montana, that when he got hit and injured on San Francisco, it was a severely late hit, if I remember right. And that was the type of stuff that they let go. Nowadays, you touch a quarterback, I mean, literally, he could be throwing the ball, you could be in the air, and if you hit him, you're wrong, and you get flagged. So you're in a much different thing. Plus, think about how Rice had to play as a wide receiver. They didn't have these types of, penalties on, defensive ends and stuff like that. Or, on cornerbacks. That it was a different time. So if you won in that time, it doubles up on me, for me. It just, it's so more impressive. Same thing with Bradshaw. So Becky mentioned the Bradshaw over Roethlisberger. I would say that's true. But Roethlisberger is probably the closest thing that I would say in these times as a quarterback could have survived in the 70s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if Bradshaw didn't get injured, he probably
Exactly.
would have won more.
But again, how many late hits did Bradshaw take? It was,
Oh, quite a
they
bit.
didn't have that penalty.
I mean, he got knocked
So-
out in the Super Bowl.
Exactly. The defensive players took shots at them after the ball was thrown. And like I said, there were times when I've seen it on camera or on video or like NFL films and stuff that after the play was ruled dead or over, their quarterbacks got hit. I mean, it was a different world. So those people could not play as long as somebody like Brady who got all this protection. And so it takes away from Brady for me. That's just my honest thing. It's like, if he had played back then, if we could do that, I don't know. And that's the problem. It is a subjective thing. And for me, playing back then is worth more than playing today and getting these numbers.
Oh, and
Danny, you're quiet. What's wrong, Danny?
I loved watching
I don't
football.
respond to no bullshit like that.
I ain't gonna lie. I loved watching hard. But
I bet you didn't like watching it. I bet you wouldn't like receiving it. Yeah, you talking about receiving it. Right now they're making football safer. It's still the most dangerous game to play. They're trying to make it safer so people won't wake up in a fucking hospital dead.
I broke this elbow when I was 4. My brother and I were playing football at my grandmother's house.
Okay.
And he
Well,
accidentally fell
I
on top of
want you
me.
to put them pads on and go out there and go against some of them 260, 70 defensive ends and 240 linebackers running 4.4 40s and see how that feel. They're making the game safer. You can't penalize a player today because the game and the rules changed from 20 years ago. That's crazy.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, I think he can.
I played football. I played football in high school. And I played it because I love tackling.
That'd be like saying horses are better back then before the car came out. That's idiot. That's idiot. That's an idiotic
not the
thing.
same thing.
It is the same thing. You saying
No, it isn't.
You saying
No,
if somebody
because I'm
playing back
taking
there,
2 players. I'm taking 2.
You saying if somebody playing the pass, that their game is going to be harder and they should be judged fair. That's bullshit.
Listen, I'm sorry, Danny. I'm already regretting like my young picks. Maybe
Man, you could have changed the whole trajectory of this stream, and you fucked up, Sean.
I'm sorry. They were about even for me. Then I love young, so I went personally.
Well, it's hard to compare 2 different quarterbacks who just had fundamentally different eras. Like back in the 80s, 70s, there were like 2 or 3 guys who threw for 4,000 yards. Now it's like 13 guys because of the protection. But Tom Brady did win a Super Bowl in 3 different decades. Like, he did some shit that will never be done again. But I do agree, he's probably number 4 on my list.
You see?
But I'm not gonna be like, oh, Brady's like not even top 10 or he's not top 5. He's top 5. He's maybe top 3.
I don't know. The fact that he didn't.
I think when we listed it, I said 5. I think he was like,
Yeah, that's about fair. But he's not number 1.
No, I put him at number 2 or 3.
When you look at the stats and the teams, he has had some of the most help in sports history.
Mm-hmm.
Can't blame him for that.
I'm not that.
See, okay, but Danny, what I was trying to say.
But what I'm saying is when you talk, I was quiet. Then when I talk,
I know.
trying to interrupt. I don't like that shit. I don't tell you that.
Okay,
now you go ahead and talk.
A horse we're not comparing 2 horses. We are comparing an automobile to a horse. That is different. That is not the same mode of transportation. Therefore, I don't. It's not the same thing.
You said that people that play back then are better players than people that play it now, and I don't agree with that because the rules are harder. I don't agree with that.
But that's not a horse to.
I didn't use that as a comparison. I'm saying that just because you played at an earlier time, that may have more severe penalties, rules, whatever, that don't necessarily make you better. I don't agree with that.
But it doesn't necessarily make you worse.
I think it makes you tougher.
I think, like
I guarantee you that
like,
people that playing now are running faster and hitting harder than people back then.
Everybody here heard me say this earlier. I said it's all subjective. That is how I view it. I take that into consideration. That doesn't mean you do.
In past conversations, your statement was that you judge people differently if they played back then versus players now. And I say that's bullshit in my mind because I know players now are running faster and doing greater things than people did back then.
But that is subjective. You have your way of doing it. I have my way. And that's what I said. No, it's subjective on how you pick a player. That is an opinion. An opinion is not a fact.
It's
It
a
is how
fact
you
that
see
people
it
are running 40
and how I
faster
see it.
now than they did back then. That is factual.
That's fine.
Yeah.
But
Okay,
when you
yep.
take away the fact, okay, so if those people still ran as fast as they did back then as they do now, let's just say this. Because of the penalties, a cornerback would have just pushed them out of bounds or pushed them down on the ground. Or that's what they did back then. It wouldn't matter how fast you were. That's how they played defense. Now, a cornerback comes up and tries to push you out of your lane or something. Boom, flag, done, over. So they're scared to get up and personal. So when a fast guy gets there, he's going to get up to that guy. That guy's going to give him a buffer. And then that guy has the ability to juke and then run right past him. That is that is because that rule is in place that if they get too close or the referee thinks he's too handsy, they're going to throw a flag. They wouldn't have done that 30 years, 40 years ago. They let him play it out. The game has been designed to benefit the offense.
But to Danny's point, the reason why they do that now is because players are faster, they're stronger, so you can't just give open hits to certain players. You're going to knock them out.
Well, but they didn't care about that back then.
Because it wasn't.
They didn't care if you were fast or not.
It wasn't fast and strong back then.
Yes, they were. They were. Again, it's subjective. It's subjective. I see it my way. You see it your way, and I'm not. I mean, I don't agree with you, and you don't agree with me, and we understand that.
Well, I see what Chris is saying because, like, I agree with Danny that the players now, the average cornerback now is better than the average cornerback in 1980. But if some of these, like Elway, if some of these like hits after the play didn't happen, maybe he would have played longer. Maybe he would have had better plays. Maybe he wouldn't have. They wouldn't have hurt their bodies more. Like maybe they would have had better careers if they weren't hit as much.
I'm not doubting that a bit, but I'm saying you can't penalize today's player because the rules changed back 20 years ago.
But I factor that in.
Well, Danny, will you keep that? Will you keep that same energy for LeBron James?
I will, but I've told you, and I will say this: anybody, LeBron James statistically is better than Michael Jordan, no doubts about it. He's bigger, he's stronger. I'm not going to say necessarily faster, but I'm saying to my eye test, I never missed a Michael Jordan game. Players that I've seen right here on YouTube, ex-players, say they wouldn't talk shit to Michael Jordan. They feared him. I've seen players. Kevin Garnett particularly say they didn't give a shit about LeBron. They didn't fear LeBron. They didn't know he was going to do what he was going to do, but they didn't fear for him. They talked shit to him. So in my mind, if I'm fearing somebody, no matter whether you got more kills, whatever it is, then I'm gonna be like, damn, I don't know. That'd be the same thing. Like some people would say Muhammad Ali's the king, or some people say Michael Tyson is. Both of them were bad men, but which one you don't want to get in the ring with? If I got to pick, I don't want to play. If I had a loved one, let's say Michael Jordan, whoever he picks could play, and LeBron James, whoever he can pick, and whoever wins, I can see that loved one one more time if that loved one was dead. I'm picking Michael Jordan all day, twice on Sunday. I'm not picking LeBron James because he had a weakness in his game. Michael Jordan has no weakness in his game. He's been a killer in his game. To me, he's a better all-around player.
All right, hold on. Where's I
don't know where that coming from.
The throbbing coming from?
I don't know.
Anyways, you're using the same. I'm never going to tell you that Tom Brady isn't better statistically, and I don't know about but again, that's because of how many years he's played. But I'm using the same thing. I think Joe Montana was a better fundamental player, had better instincts, and that I'm using the same type of thing as what you use with Jordan. And again, Jordan's I think a totally different overall discussion in things. Because I agree with you on Jordan, but it's the same thing that I am looking at that makes me pick Montana.
But he did have Rice as a security blanket. If he threw the ball in the vicinity of Rice,
okay, so then there was Pippen. There was Pippen. There was Rodman. I mean, it's what are you trying to say there?
No, I think LeBron's better than Jordan.
You're not going to win a Super Bowl if you're the world's best quarterback without anybody.
My point
need help, yeah.
My point of contention, I don't care if you think that Brady is better. I mean, I don't care. All I'm saying is your main point, and I'm sticking with, you can't hold because the rules change for somebody. I don't think that it's fair that the rules change in a game that they got nothing to do with, but they playing by the rules that are currently in place, and that person is automatically better because they played at an earlier time. I don't believe
Do kids going to school today get a better education than they get 30 years ago?
Some do. It depends on the school. It depends on the part of the country you're in.
The No Child Left Behind automatically makes it no. Because they will not flunk a kid these days. When we went to school, if you didn't make it, you got flunked. So are kids smarter today than they were? Some, yes, but not all. And
what is that point?
Your reasoning for telling me that I'm picking this stuff wrong.
Kids today got more.
Is it subjective?
Kids today got way more opportunities, way more access to education. When I was growing up,
because we don't like to tell kids no.
No, when I was growing up, I had fucking encyclopedias. Look up something. Now they got the World Wide Web. Now this panel right here shows kids probably are smarter than they were back then because look what we talking to. You in Kansas, Anzo in Canada. I'm not sure where the other one's at. Becky in Canada. They couldn't do that 30 years ago. So you can't tell me that kids today now don't have a better system in place to make them smarter than kids were back then. I don't believe it.
I would beg to say that there's probably statistics that show it, but that's besides the point. I'm just saying that the way I pick and the way you pick are different.
I'm not doubting that, Chris.
But I'm not going to sit here and tell you that it's bullshit because you're giving Brady a better.
I ain't saying shit about Brady. I'm saying players now. The only thing I'm saying different, Chris, that you seem to not comprehend, I don't care who you like or don't like. All I'm saying is your statement that you said that players, you judge them differently because of the rules back then versus now, I think that is a bullshit reason. I mean,
I take that into account.
Okay, that's fine. I just don't agree with it.
And that's what I'm saying. I take that into account, and I look at other factors too.
I don't care what you say. But that one point is what's sticking in my craw and what is never going to change. That's all I'm saying. You can hate Tom Brady, like him, love him. I don't care.
I would say that
I don't agree with.
If you could throw Tom Brady into that environment, he wouldn't have played any longer than Joe Montana. And I don't think he would have done as well as Joe Montana.
Okay. LeBron James and Tom Brady started whatever year they started. I don't know when they started. Those same players that they start with, I guarantee you, half of them don't retire. But Tom Brady and LeBron James took the time to take care of their body, get specialists, all these millions of dollars, eat right, get these massage, all that kind of stuff. So that is contributed to some of their longevity because they had foresight to say, okay, if I take care of my body, I do this, this, and this, I might last longer than my recruiting class. That ain't true?
Yeah, Tom Brady took tremendous care of his body.
That's
But I'm with Chris. If he played in like 1985, he probably would have lasted more than the average guy, but maybe 15 years tops.
That's all I'm trying to say is that, and I look at that now. Yeah, you can say it's wrong, but more to the point, I'm not even holding that against Brady. I'm saying what happens if Joe Montana plays as long as Brady does, because they had literally very similar, if you look at it per year, very similar careers. They were getting the same amount of Super Bowls. They were, that and that. And again, Joe Montana, 4 Super Bowls, 4 wins, done, over. Now, I wish Kansas City would have gotten him there, but they didn't. And
Chris, look at the Bounty Gate game.
The what?
Look at the Bounty Gate game with Brett Favre. Like that was the average game in 1984.
But you also got to understand,
we look at that
too.
now and we think it's murder.
Right, but you have to understand, too. Why did Joe Montana retire? Is it because he was old? Because he was injured? You know what I mean? There's things you could say. Maybe he said, hey, I can't play anymore. It's not just to say, oh, he got hit, he got hurt. That's why he retired. And that's why his career wasn't as long. Because I'm sure there's players back then who had just as long careers as Tom Brady.
No, not quarterbacks. Okay, hold on.
I think there were a couple guys that played like 18, 19 years, but they weren't good in the end. They were like bad for the last 5 years.
I'm not doubting that. All I'm saying is that there are always exceptions to every rule, and in this particular case, Tom Brady seems to be the exception as LeBron James, and part of it is that those guys, put a lot of money into the offseason and taking care of their bodies and eating right and doing all that kind of stuff. Michael Jordan might would have lasted longer, but guess what? He's a smoker, gambler, drinker, womanizer. If you listen to the Dream Team documentary, they were saying they didn't know when he sleep. You can't do that and play as hard as he played anybody and expect longevity. But LeBron James don't do that. And now that they implement this games night, what do you call it? Management. What's the name
Load
of it?
management.
Load management. You gotta factor all that into. I mean, NFL,
All
you can't do that.
Longest careers. Tom Brady's 7. Then Jason Hanser's kicker, quarterback kicker, punter, kicker. I mean, so what I'm trying to say is the long careers normally went to kickers back then because, well, they didn't get touched. Again, we're sitting here going round and round when I'm not going to change the way I think about it, and you're not going to change the way you're thinking about it. And I'm perfectly fine with you thinking that way because it's fine. It's just I use that as a barometer to literally look at two players and say, how can I compare two players from two different generations of game? What factors do I look at it for? And I have to take into account that Tom Brady played in a much easier, more designed for offenses to play in rule set. I have to look at that.
So why is he the only quarterback benefit from that when the rest of them not?
I think Drew Brees did. He
I
benefited
think
a lot.
Drew Brees did. I think Roethlisberger did. But like I said with Roethlisberger, I think he, of all, and maybe Favre and Aaron, I'd say Roethlisberger, Favre, and Aaron are the three that I would almost bet would have been about the same in the 70s or the 80s.
But he
Because they were gunslingers, they were rough on their bodies.
Those three quarterbacks put together. So why is he so much more success? He won more Super Bowls than those three put together. So why No, you said that those are other quarterbacks that benefit from this.
I said I think they could do better back then. I didn't say anything outside of that. I just think that their bodies and the way that they played the game was more designed like that because the risk taking, they would wait till the last second to throw that ball and take the hit. Brady gets up sometimes from a hit and wants a flag because he's like, well, wait, they touched me. What the hell? And don't tell me he hasn't done it. And he gets pissed off when people, the way he carries himself too. I mean, it's like,
Chris, it's okay. He's gone. It's okay. It's over.
Well, I know. I'm trying. I feel like I'm getting attacked because Tom Brady didn't win.
No, I agree. No,
Chris,
I'll say it. I agree with you. I agree with you, Chris. I agree with Danny that there is something about Tom Brady. He would have been transcendent in any era. But you put him in the 70s or 80s, he's not going to last as long. If you switched him and Joe Montana's careers, maybe because of the extra protection, maybe Montana has 5 or 6 rings. But we don't know because, like Danny said, we can't trade eras. But imagine if the defense was playing LeBron James like they did Jordan, clotheslining people. You can't compare it.
I honestly
think a lot of people say that LeBron James probably wouldn't be able to play in that era because of the way he is in this one, prima donna and injury, so.
I really thought it was going to be Tom Brady and Joe Montana. And when it came up to Joe Montana and Tom Brady, why'd you pick Joe Montana, Danny?
Bro, I'm not even mad about that. I mean, the points that you're making, you're trying to see me. I'm not attacking you about Tom Brady. I don't give a shit.
Does any guy out there who picks on these things or talks about sports, does every person think the exact same way? Do they always come to the same conclusion, the same as everybody else around them?
I'm not saying that they do, Chris, but I'm not going to keep my mouth shut because Chris Knight has spoken.
I didn't say you had to.
I didn't say that.
I didn't say that.
You're saying like you're getting attacked. I'm not getting attacked by that. I'm not attacking you. I'm just pointing out You say one thing, and I listen. I do that for a living. I listen very closely to what people say. And when you say something that ain't consistent, I call you out on it. You ain't got shit to do with Tom Brady or nobody else. Whatever. I'm not going to say it again. I've been saying this the whole time.
Who did I not follow that through to? No, all I said.
I'm not.
All I said was those three quarterbacks I think might have survived the same as they did then, but that doesn't make them better than Tom Brady.
Okay.
So when you put those two against each other,
you are correct this night. I'm wrong. Correct.
I'm not asking you to say I'm correct. I'm trying to give you my.
I'm saying that I'm done with it, and you said you're talking about it.
Huh?
Two people can have one person can have a conversation. I'm done with it.
Okay.
Look, Danny, you can agree with this. Look at the throws back in the 70s and 80s, and then compare it to the throws of Aaron Rodgers. He's just by far the best. Now Mahomes is coming up close. Mahomes is getting close.
Mahomes is nowhere close.
You see, this is Pickle just tried to throw that shade at Tom Brady. You know what I mean? Aaron Rodgers is the best. No, he is.
Oh yeah. Oh no. That's not. I'm shading every quarterback who's ever stepped on the field. Every quarterback can suck it.
As fuck. Thank you that this motherfucker did not make it to the finals.
Anzo, who do you think is genuine? Like, let's take away like rings. That's a team. That's a team achievement. Who to you is the greatest thrower of the football ever? Like who is like you watched him and you just couldn't believe what you were watching?
Wasting your breath when I was over that.
The greatest thrower?
Yeah, like you watched him, you're like, I cannot believe I'm seeing this.
You're wasting your breath.
I don't think it's Aaron Rodgers.
He would never say that unless Aaron Rodgers is wearing Pittsburgh.
And even then, I still wouldn't.
I just want to know who he thinks is the best because, like, Rodgers makes throws, my jaw drops. Like, humans shouldn't be able to make these throws.
Yeah, but I've seen a lot of quarterbacks make throws that
not like him.
Yes, Ben Roethlisberger in the corner. Touchdown. Hey, hold on. I'm talking about the throws, right? I'm talking about the throws. I'm not talking about the skill. That fucking corner,
the interceptions.
That corner throw in the Super Bowl was an extremely hard throw to fucking get off. So I've seen quarterbacks pull out throws like that. I'm just saying.
But Rodgers can make that throw on the run, and he wouldn't have thrown it too high.
Rodgers can't run.
Holmes had to reach out as far as he. What?
Rodgers can't run.
Dude,
Rodgers not a mobile quarterback. Dude, let's be real.
Danny, remember that sideline throw against the Cowboys to
save the season? Runs.
That was the greatest throw in NFL history.
Yeah,
no other quarterback could have done that.
No, it was not. He's not a mobile quarterback though. He may use his feet to get out of situations, but he's not a mobile quarterback. And fuck out of here with that.
If he wanted to, he could have 80 rushing yards a game.
Bullshit.
Maybe not now. Because he's getting older.
I think there's some recency bias on.
Bullshit. No. He could not. I'm sorry.
I think he could, but Big Ben is definitely more durable. I will give you that. Big Ben is going to be a first round. I'll give him that. But as far as throwing the ball, I agree with Pickle. I believe Aaron Rodgers is a better thrower.
Yeah, he can throw it falling down, running backwards, running sideways.
Said that Ben was a better thrower. Pickle talked about a quarterback making crazy throws, and I just put one out there.
Well, right now, it is Mahomes. Mahomes is, bar him getting injured, he should be the next great quarterback of the NFL.
If Mahomes,
and to be honest with you, Mahomes makes throws that no other quarterback has ever made.
Wait. Though, here's the thing. I can't remember which one of the two it was. I think it was Stafford. He threw a no-look pass in the Super Bowl. So obviously, certain throws, it's not because quarterbacks can't make them. It's because quarterbacks think differently. Yeah, Aaron Rodgers was a gunslinger. Patrick Mahomes is a gunslinger. Brett Favre was a gunslinger. These people throw that ball, whether or not it's actually a good choice.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, but he saw it with peripheral vision. That's one thing. It's putting the ball in that small little hole and putting it where only the receiver can get it. Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes, they got the same blueprint. I think Patrick Mahomes might be better because he's not in his prime yet, and he's ambidextrous. Aaron Rodgers, as bad as he is, he can't throw it with both hands.
Mm-hmm. I think Mahomes is on his way to be the best.
If he
he already has as many rings.
If you don't get hurt, he should be the next.
Dude, in the Super Bowl last year, he threw that one ball when he was like in the air vertical. I've never seen a human make that kind of throw before. And if you look at that throw that Rodgers made against Dallas on the sideline to win or to get in field goal range, that is a throw that Tom Brady, Joe Montana, they simply cannot physically make. That's my point. Like, they can't do it. They're not good enough.
I'm a Kansas City. I live in Kansas City. I'm a Kansas City Chiefs fan. I love Patrick Mahomes, but I'm glad he wasn't on this list because I don't think he belongs there. And while yes, can he become the next great one? Yeah, he can. But
he shouldn't have been on this list anyway. He's still
no, he shouldn't have. But I'm just saying that I'm that guy that sits there and looks at him and says, "Yes, can he? Yes," but he is one step away from going either way.
I can agree with that.
So I'm watching him, and I love watching him. I love what we get out of it. But I still see that I'm like, man, but if he goes, then what?
He blamed his fiance and his brother for the distractions.
No, he didn't. That was a false claim, and the guy that put that out there, retracted it and said he didn't retract it quick enough because too many people ran with it and it became viral. Yeah, no.
That's not true.
Mahomes, listen, I see him on the news. They see them talk about his fiance and stuff. She's a great girl for him, honest to God. And I think it's probably going to end up bad because of what they're doing with her. They're literally saying she's the worst thing for him. And that's because they've known each other since they were in college before he was Patrick Mahomes. They think that, he needs to go find a supermodel or some bullshit like that.
Well, the one thing I will say
so
about
they're attacking him
is, and we were talking about passes, he does this underhand scoop, right?
Yeah.
And he does it a lot, and no other quarterback can make those kind of passes.
It's true.
It's fucking.
But it drives people like me nuts.
Yeah,
it does. See how quickly they can be
very bad.
Up.
Yeah, they're very bad passes.
Chris, I know you're hurt from what just happened, but we got to look at it. Every quarterback has terrible games where they lose the game. Brady had one. Like this was his first. So I'm getting an echo.
Yeah.
This was his first game ever that you can actually point to him directly and say he lost it. Like, he's only had one. I think he's going to win 2 or 3 Super Bowls at least.
Oh yeah, I'm not even talking about that. Every quarterback has a stinker. I mean, it happens. But
if he doesn't match Brady with Super Bowls, can we ever say he's the greatest?
Well, yeah, because no one's going to match Brady, but nobody's going to ever be in the situation Brady was in.
He's the closest thing that might do it.
I think he needs at least 3 to be in the conversation.
How can you say that with quarterbacks that can't have the Brady?
Wait. No. Wait. Let me rephrase. Let me phrase what I think. Are you talking to me, Danny?
I'm talking to Pickle.
What did I say?
Yeah, I didn't hear what you said, Danny.
You said that nobody else would do what Tom Brady doing. You can't say that. Because
I'm assuming.
According to what I've heard, as time goes by, the rules are going to get softer and softer.
History repeats itself. I'm just telling you, it never happened before. I don't ever see a quarterback, because everyone will tell you to win one Super Bowl, there are so many elements: the defense, the offense, the coordinators, how you eat, how you sleep, everything goes into it. To win it 9 times on 2 different teams, that's something that I think will be one of those sports records that's unbreakable, just personally.
I kind of agree with you on that too, because not only just the fact that free agency is hurting the game, you know what I mean? Quarterbacks ain't loyal, so they're flipping from team to team, and the chances of a quarterback going from one great team to another great team is very slim.
It is.
He went to 10 Super Bowls. Like he won 7. I don't see that ever happening again.
Mm.
Well, hold on. In the first 4 years of Mahomes, he's gone to 2. Won 1, lost 1. I mean, and he's been close all 4 years he's played. He's been in the championship every game. Yeah. So you know what you're saying there again, to what Danny's saying, he's showing the ability that he could do that.
I don't like how they're building the team though around him.
Right, you are 100% true. He's still young enough that he could do it. The fact is, the head office and the teams to try and keep a good team
I know,
around
I know,
him
I
to
know.
be able
Yeah,
to do that. That's
I
gonna be the
understand,
dream.
and
They're
don't.
not.
Yeah, I understand that.
What are you gonna say, Danny?
They're not going to do that because one thing, whether you hate it or not, Tom Brady took the hometown discount because he wanted more wins. These players now that's coming up, they're not taking that discount. And Belichick didn't pay those people a lot. He paid them the bare minimum or as cheap as he could get them. Players now ain't hearing that. And if they feel like they are a top 10 or a top 5 or
That's
all pro or whatever, they're going to go to the team that's going to pay them.
That's it. That's why it's going to be hard to keep a good team around him for as long as Brady had a good team
And I
around
don't
him.
think Andy Reid is a good coach as Belichick.
Is there any specific
not
teams
close.
that usually get the most discounts from players because that's where they want to go to the most?
Dude,
I think they usually, it doesn't really matter the team. I think it matters who's on the team that a player will take a discount to.
I think if Patrick
in
Mahomes,
hockey,
I'm sorry. I think if Patrick Mahomes
Oh.
can emulate, I'm sorry, I'm gonna say this real quick, then I'll let you talk, Sean. If Patrick Mahomes can emulate some of the Tom Brady traits, far as look players, if y'all take a discount, I'm gonna get you there. If he can do that, let's say 2 years back to back, I think players might do that. I think Kelsey will stay as long as he can stay. I think Hill will stay as long as he's able to play. But these young cats now that's coming out, they all about getting that paper, unless they got absolute trust that quarterback gonna get them and see, okay, man, Mahomes, man, he done been there the past 4 or 5 times. If Mahomes can get that going, then I say he may be able to catch Tom Brady. But if he can't get that, it ain't gonna happen.
Well,
in my
Mahomes is signed through 2031.
Yeah.
And he did. Now, yes, it's a huge contract, but he took a lot of backloading on it so they could still build the team. So he did take a discount in what he could have got.
He did. Yeah. That is correct.
So he's trying on his end. Now, the thing is you got to find wide receivers.
Right.
Kelsey's got to have at least 2, 3, 4. I'm going to go 4 more good years. I don't know about Hill. We got to have at least one more good wide receiver. That was what our problem was this year. It was literally they had to rely on Hill and Kelsey, and people knew that. So when it came down to having to find a guy, they still knew the 2 guys that were going to make the play.
But is that his weakness? Because Stafford, everybody knew it was going to Cooper Kupp. And they couldn't stop.
After that, what are you talking about? Until the last minute, they were behind because they weren't making those plays.
I'm saying Cooper Kupp was the number 1 receiver in NFL all this season. I'm saying
yes.
Let me finish.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
They know it was going to Cooper Kupp, but they couldn't stop him. So I'm saying
he also
Kelsey and Hill.
But he also had Odell Beckham. He had a different thing. I mean, again, when Hill and Kelsey had to make plays, the plays were there. They did it. And again, against the Bills, they knew where we were going, and we still did it. It happens, but the thing is, it does limit your ability, guaranteed. And you know, again, I don't think that the Bengals game was the most well officiated, especially since the first game we played against them was a brand new officiate career, and then the second one when you're seeing people get literally pushed out of bounds, and they're not making calls. It's like, well, then what are they calling here? So, and again, that's partially the Chiefs' fault for letting it get down to that, but.
And another big factor of winning championships is defense.
And it is, and that is our
Tom Brady. Yeah, it's the Chiefs' Achilles heel. Even though their defense was good, like down the stretch, but like Tom Brady had 14 top 10 defenses. I just don't see that happening. Like having the good defense mixed with the quarterback, mixed with the coach, mixed with the winning mentality. Man, I don't ever see it because like Andy Reid's good. He's great. He's a great coach, but Belichick is an evil genius. He'll take dudes off the streets and make them Pro Bowlers.
Oh, next year, New England's going to be another contender again. Yeah. I think he's 1 or 2 players away from getting that team back where he had it.
I think it's kind of the same thing in basketball. You'll never see these longevity teams. You know what I mean? You'll never see
The Bulls
10
are
years reigned by a Bulls team, or 20 years reigned by a Spurs team, or anything like that. Why are you laughing? Yeah, because I seen you smiling when I went to basketball, so I said
Yeah.
Bulls first, and I knew you
I
were
ain't
waiting for me to say.
I'm not
Spurs,
laughing about
Spurs.
Spurs, but you said 20 years.
Yeah, it was 20 years.
It
Were they a
wasn't
dynasty?
20 years.
though? Do you think
They were
a
on top for
dynasty?
20 years in the NBA.
Yes,
Alonzo?
yeah,
No.
20 years.
No.
Yeah, bro, I'm telling you, ever since
They
they've
had
never missed the
playoff
playoffs.
years for
They've
20
never-
years.
They've
No,
never missed.
I ain't talking about missing playoffs. You said on
They were
top.
they were contenders for 20 years.
How many
They were-
championships did they get? 6?
They got 5. They were contenders every
I wouldn't
year.
say
Tim Duncan was
contenders to
there.
win the title. They'll just playoff contenders.
No
like, come
contenders.
on.
No contenders to win. They were contenders.
How many
every year.
how many times they made it to the Western Conference Finals in 20 years?
A lot.
No.
I
need a
think
number.
7 those years were
7?
really
Less than
good
10.
from them.
So they ain't even 50% for
7?
20 years.
Yeah, but no other team has done that either, though. In
I'm
those
not
20
saying,
years.
I'm not saying they did, but you say you got to be a contender when you make it to the Western Conference or the Eastern Conference champ. If you ain't made
No,
it there,
that's
you
not
ain't no
true,
contender.
Danny. They lost to the Lakers for 3 years in a row, and they were fucking contenders those years. They had the best records. You go look at the records. The Spurs had the best record in the NBA for the 20 years. There's no other team that has a better win percentage than the Spurs in those 20 years. There's no team. They have the best winning percentage in those 20 years than any team in any sport.
So I'm not doubting that they had winning seasons. I'm just doubting on the one point. If you don't make it to the Western or Eastern Conference final, then you're not a contender for the finals. You're not.
So you're telling me right now that Milwaukee's not a contender, and if they lose,
If they don't make it to the finals, if they don't make it to the Western or Eastern Conference finals, you are not a contender
that's
for
not
the
what
finals.
a contender is, Daddy. A contender means that someone that can actually make it there. They don't have to make it to the finals to be a contender.
Well, if you make the playoffs, you're a
for it.
contender, right?
Right,
Would you say the 8
yeah.
seed's a contender?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Hey,
they were a playoff
the
team for
Baltimore
20 years.
Ravens. The Baltimore Ravens. I think both times they went to this, they've been twice to the Super Bowl. I think. Anyways, or close
They
to it.
were the wild card team.
They were the wild card team. That makes you a contender because, again, it's that any given Sunday, any given day, and especially with football, it's different. But in basketball, the whole idea of 7 games is if you're the 8th seed and you go against the 1 seed or whatever seed, if you're the lowest seed and you go against the best seed, if you win out in 7 games, what that's saying is in the long run, you are the better team. No matter who's on your team, no matter how good your team is or isn't during the regular season, in those 7 games, you showed that you are the better team overall.
Steelers was the first wild card team to win to the Super Bowl, and then another team did it after that.
The Packers.
Packers, right?
I get what you're saying, Alonzo, but it's because their championships were kind of stretched out and spaced out. They had a really incredible 12, 13 years.
Yeah, but the championships weren't spaced out. They were every second year.
Oh, were they?
Yeah.
I forgot.
Yeah.
The Spurs are so boring. Look, I'm one of those guys that's man, the Spurs are boring. I don't like watching them.
Well, not
anymore.
Not every championship was ever. They won in 99, and then Lakers went on a three-peat, and then they won, and then they lost, and then they won, and then they lost, and then they won. No, and then I don't remember. The last one they lost, but then they ended up going in 2014. So they're the only team that's won a championship in 3 different decades.
Okay, so they had a solid 15-year dynasty.
No, 20. Well, yeah, I would say 15. I would say 15. They were contenders, but their dynasty was after the first championship with Tim Duncan and David Robinson wasn't there. So, yeah, I'll give you that. But they had 20 years of playoffs run, never missing the playoffs.
Yeah, I remember every time I would go, because I only watch basketball in the playoffs. I'm not a huge fan. I don't know. It's a waste of time for me. I don't love it like I love football and baseball. But in the playoffs, every year I'll watch it. And it's the Spurs were just always in there my whole life.
Yeah. Yeah,
They were kind of the Patriots of the NBA for a while.
Yeah, they were there. They were there.
You know, Onzo, I actually played baseball in high school against Patrick Mahomes.
Really?
Yeah, he grew up an hour away from me
Oh,
in White House, Texas.
I'd be like, hey,
Yeah.
Patrick, you remember me? Tickets,
No,
tickets, baby.
I think I played him one time. He was either playing shortstop or I don't think he pitched against us. I think he was playing shortstop.
How good was he? I've heard he was a pretty good player.
I think if he really put his mind into it, he could have made it to the MLB because he threw like 90-something in high school.
I swear, when the fucking Lord was giving out talents, he skipped me for sure. He's like, this motherfucker ain't getting shit
by yourself.
You know what I mean?
I mean,
Danny?
you're a good
fuck.
rapper.
No, I'm not.
Alonzo, you can rap. You can spit some bars, bro.
No, I can't. No, I can spit other people's bars, but I can't spit my own. You know what I mean? It's just that talent pool skipped me completely, bro. Like everything. Basketball.
We could take some height or something would have been nice.
You know what I mean, Danny? And at least be able to work on some shit. It give me nothing.
Yeah, but wouldn't you rather have like intelligence than physical prowess?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
You're good at video games.
What the fuck is that supposed to do?
Except for 2K. You're not very good at 2K.
Well,
but,
there's some people, man, make a living off the video games, bro.
Yeah,
That's
and
a
I ain't
talent.
that good either. I ain't that good either. They have a tournament on 2K. It's like 250K tournament. I lose the first game all the time. The first game I lose all the time. I'm like, fuck this. What am I playing for? You know what I mean? Because these guys, when they play these games, they know all kinds of glitches and tricks and all that shit. And I just don't have enough time to sit there and try and learn all that shit.
Yeah, and they also use glitches.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
in the NBA and NHL ones, there's like, I don't know what you call it in basketball, a draw, whatever. At the
where
point,
you can score all the time, right? Yeah.
Yeah, well, that, but also like when you, I don't, like in hockey, it's called a face-off. I don't know what you call it in basketball when you just throw the ball up in the air in the center of the court. Tip-off. But there's a glitch. There's a glitch that only like 50 people in each game know where you win it every time, and that's why they're the top 50 in the leaderboard for it.
Right, you know what I mean? So,
well, I mean, can we all agree, except for Sean, that like hockey is like the 4th or 5th best sport?
It's better than baseball.
Oh,
it's better than baseball. It's better than football.
Way.
It's better than basketball.
What?
No, Danny, you agree?
That hockey's better than baseball?
Yeah.
Hell yeah! If I want to go to sleep, I'll put on a baseball game. I'll be going in 5 minutes.
Danny,
I don't mind baseball.
Baseball
it's just
the only time. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no. Well, I was just gonna say, like, I don't mind baseball. I find it's kind of sort of entertaining in its long history as well, just like hockey. 2 longest histories. I just don't like it because it's like I get that there's cheating in sport, a lot of cheating, but like baseball's entire history is just filled to the brim of cheating.
Oh, it's
every
rooted
year.
in.
And see, I loved it when they was hitting them home runs. Mark McGwire, Barry Bonds, and Sammy Sosa. I don't give a shit. Those suckers take steroids every day. I don't give a fuck.
Mm-hmm. All right, Sean, Pickle, you guys are baseball guys, right?
That's my favorite sport.
Okay, Sean.
I like it the second best out of the 4.
Okay. So Barry Bonds, yes, no, Hall of Fame.
Man, I was no for a long time, and then I've been convinced by people on the internet that he deserves it.
I think he does.
Especially for the Hall of Fame's rules, letting in other guys that did steroids when he didn't even test positive for it. I say, yeah, let him in.
Okay. Roger Clemens?
I mean, yeah, he was proven in court that, well, no, he did do it, but...
McGuire? Sosa? I mean, I think everybody that was in that era, that the whole steroids conversation should be out, because we all know, you guys, you two, and me, being baseball fans, that baseball knew they were doing it. And they let it go because it was putting people in the seats and bringing in money. Exactly. And that's my point. So why do they let these, I mean, if I'm the commissioner, I go like, listen, we're not even talking steroids. That was not against the rules back then.
Oh yeah, it wasn't even against the rules. They made it against the rules in
Yeah,
what year?
I
Like
would just
early
let them
2000s?
all in if they're gonna let other guys in. Like, but also they
And also, Bonds was a 5-tool player, and if anything, steroids actually hurt what he could do on the field more than it helped him.
I
The
think
only
he
thing
got,
it
like,
did was
he got like 3 Gold Gloves before he got big. Like he was a borderline Hall of Famer before he got huge.
Yeah.
That's the
And the
thing
only
is that
thing,
I think it's either let them all in or let none
Or
of them
let
in.
none of them.
I personally
Yeah.
think I personally morally think that if you took steroids, you shouldn't
should
be
not
in.
be in. I do
But
too.
because they let other guys in, and now they let David Ortiz in when he did fail a test, you let them all in. If you don't be a hypocrite just because you like Terrell Owens, it shouldn't be a thing of who you like the most. If they have the stats, be consistent with the ruling and let them in.
Oh yeah,
But also, what was that
Terrell-
incident? 1919 White Sox. Like, and
Yeah.
because
Shoeless
of that,
Joe Jackson and
all
all
those Hall of Fame players aren't in. Let them.
well, here's the thing. They know certain ones absolutely were paid off. And, okay, I guess in that sense, I can say, okay, paid off, you have them, dead to rights. But people like Shoeless Joe Jackson, up until the day he died, if I remember right, said he didn't take money, didn't throw the game himself. I don't remember. I'd have to go and really dig into that. There are certain players on there. Pete Rose is a great example.
Oh yeah,
We've talked about that on Danny's show here. But Pete Rose, okay, we know he gambled. Is he lying about gambling on the Reds? Well, maybe. But
let's say he did. Let's say he gambled against his team or for his team, whatever. How does that impact his play on the field?
Well, the thing is yes, he's one player. The only time that might make a difference is when you're managing, but I never saw it in his managing style that he ever threw a game, like made a call that was so like, what the hell was that about?
Well, one player can't throw a game, though.
That's what I'm saying. A player can't throw a game. The manager, only to a certain extent, can throw a game because without going to his guys and say, hey, I want you guys all to whiff. I want you to try. I mean, that's the only way you can do it is literally let the cat out of the bag that you're trying to lose a game.
Did you say one player can't throw a game? Because I said one player can.
Oh, I don't think, no. In baseball, it's really difficult because...
Really? So he gets a pitch straight down the middle where he knows he can belt it out as a home run and he doesn't do it. That's throwing a game. Or he's in the outfield and has a catch.
But the home run doesn't win the game. A missed catch doesn't win or lose the game.
But what I'm saying is it can, though.
It can.
If it's in the bottom, if it's in the 9th inning or
right. So
I don't ever remember hearing or ever seeing that. Pete Rose was revered by Cincinnati. I know.
Well, as a manager, you can, as the manager, Alonzo, you actually can, like, tank in baseball. You can put in the players that you don't think are the best.
Oh yeah. As a manager,
that's kind of throwing it.
Right, but I'm saying one player can do it too. So let's say I know my team is gonna win, right? And I bet that my team only wins by 2 points, right? And I get to the bat, and I know this pitch coming down now. I know I could belt this one and get a home run and make it 3. I won't do that though, because I know if I don't, I'm gonna win money.
That's kind of the problem with the theory that he threw games, because you never saw that in the way he played. In fact,
he has the most hits in MLB history,
and you
can't get that throwing games.
Yeah, but you could do one game. You could do 2 games.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Might have thrown some games, but like, let's say he did it. Let's say that he threw some games. Why do guys with corked bats and steroids in their veins get in? But the guy with the most hits in MLB history, he's a legend. He can't be in because he was morally a bad guy.
This is why I said it's either you let them all in or you let none of them in.
Yeah,
and I'm okay with that.
Let me ask you this. Are there bylaws in the Major League Hall of Fame on things that would disqualify you from being allowed to go in there? Because if they're not in there, then you can't hold that against them. That's the main thing about T.O. Skip Bayless, in my opinion, it was a big reason why it took 4 times for T.O. to get in there, because every chance he had on national TV, he was bad-mouthing T.O., but T.O. did his bullshit on the field. I mean, off the field. In interviews, crying, all this kind of crazy stuff. His numbers are that of a first ballot Hall of Famer. But because he wasn't good in the locker room or whatever, or messed the locker room up, he performed while he was on the field, and that's what the bylaws state: what you did on the field, your statistical value, not about your moral value or your team being a good team member, all that kind of stuff. So if they don't be clear, in my opinion, because I'm not a baseball fan, of the rules and regulations in the bylaws of the Hall of Fame, then I agree with what Pickle said.
The only thing I know for a fact is that the Black Sox team and Pete Rose, those were both implemented by the commissioner of the time. And the commissioner at the time said they will never be allowed into the Hall of Fame. Because of that, to this day, every commissioner has continued to go by that. But any commissioner who would want to could say what you're saying. Now, the difference between the Black Sox and Pete Rose is it's commissioners who won't let it happen. Barry Bonds is because he didn't get voted in.
So who votes? Who votes for? Is it the media that votes for baseball too? Because
Baseball writers.
That's
Baseball writers.
That's
Yeah,
the biggest issue.
But what's messed up? I'm sorry, Hanzo. What's messed up with baseball? If they don't get in a certain number of years, they can't ever get in.
Yeah,
that's
Aaron
crazy.
what was it? Sorry, not Aaron Hernandez. Who was it? The one guy on the Seattle. God, what was his name? One of the four guys who was on their like monstrous team in the 90s.
In baseball or football?
Yeah. He started like an M, I think his last name. I'll look it up.
Go ahead. What you saying? I'm sorry to interrupt you.
Shit. I forgot now.
It's the Baseball Writers Association of America or the Veterans Committee.
Right. So that's the problem with the Hall of Fames is that they're voted by people who have biases. And they put their biases in there to prevent people from going.
Okay, so that was the guy. Edgar Martinez. He got in the very last year, and if he didn't get in there, he wouldn't have gotten in ever.
See, that's bullshit. Pete Rose should be banned for life, in my opinion.
Well, here's the thing. I think Buck O'Neil, who is Negro Leagues, he's in the Negro Leagues Hall of Fame here in Kansas City.
In the what?
That did kind of come off a little iffy.
Yeah, well, that's what they call it.
The Negro League.
It's called the Negro Leagues Hall of Fame.
I just get clarification what you said. That's
your accent makes it sound a little closer.
Yeah, well, the first time you said it sounded like.
I will not. No. I will not say that word.
Negro
Leagues Hall of. Let me really spice this out. Negro Leagues Hall of Fame. Okay. Anyways, Buck O'Neil is in that. He's Kansas City Monarch, along with a bunch of people came through Kansas City in the Negro Leagues, and he's been in the Negro Leagues Hall of Fame for a long time. The Baseball Veterans Committee voted him into the Hall of Fame. I think. Let me see. He's now been elected in the Baseball Hall of Fame class of 2022. He was just elected because the Veterans Committee put him in. So theoretically, the Hall of Famers who are veterans, I think is who that consists of, could still vote people like Roger Clemens and stuff in. But as far as being voted in the normal way, I think Barry Bonds can't now. I think he's past his time.
There's a bunch of them like that.
So
wait,
this was his last chance.
After how many times?
There's a shelf life for Baseball Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
I think it's 8. It could be 10.
So after 10 times, you can't get in no matter what.
Yeah. So this was Barry Bonds last year, and you need 75% of the votes to get in.
Yes,
and this is the problem.
He didn't get it.
No. So this is the problem is that like you only get a certain amount of votes. So some guys won't vote for certain guys because they know they're going to get in. Like Derek Jeter, he should have gotten every single vote from every single writer, but one person didn't vote him in. So he got like 97%, but they did it purely because they knew he was going to get in. So they used their vote on somebody else.
Bonds is basically the Kaepernick of the MLB. They did nothing wrong. He was accused, but did nothing wrong, did nothing illegal, and he's getting penalized for it.
I think he was even worse because he was like a major dick to the media. Like he was a bad guy to the public.
Okay, but what is that going to do with his performance on the field?
No, I'm just saying he was even more of a like Kaepernick is at least like peaceful in how he speaks. Like
What he's
Barry
saying is
Bonds
that's the
was,
reason
like,
why he
mean.
didn't get in because
I'm
the
saying,
media
but-
didn't like him.
They did
So
not
that-
like him.
Okay, I think we discussed this like 3 shows ago. There was a writer in the NFL that said publicly he was not going to vote for Aaron Rodgers for MVP because he lied about the COVID testing. I ain't saying that's right. I ain't saying, but they ain't got nothing to do with his performance on the field. And unless the rules say he got some kind of moral issue or something like that, that should be held against him, in my opinion. Now, I'm following the rules now. Now, if the rules say if you lie about this, whatever, okay. But this openly say it, and this man performance is nothing but exemplary. And you're gonna tell him I ain't vote for him because he lied.
But that's the
bullshit.
problem with having writers in there, because the writers form opinions, and those opinions stay forever. And yeah, Barry Bonds
And it could be
was
biased too, right? Because
yes,
you
it can be.
You could have a player who's not
Absolutely.
as good,
And it could be a
he's
payoff.
and he's friendly with the media, and they're like, "Hey, I love this guy. Yeah, let's vote him in."
Yep.
Which is why I would say it needs to be every living person in the Baseball Hall of Fame should get a vote. I think that every team owner should get a vote. And maybe go down to the GMs or something. I don't know. I mean, I think it should only be people who really will analyze the game for what it is.
I wouldn't even do that,
Because-
Chris. I would do like doing the military, like develop a cut and score. If your ass
That's
got so
true.
many touchdowns, so many catches, so many yards, so many passes, you get in there. If you ain't got it, then there's make another level for
So
your second time, another level, third time, and
So,
stop
but
it,
you're
cap it
not-
off at a number of times.
I agree with that.
here's the question then. Would you make it so you had to hit a certain number of everything, or would it be like, how about this? How about this? You set numbers for every category in baseball, whatever, like for instance, for pitchers, there'd be certain, for strikeouts, all that.
Yeah.
But you don't have to hit every one of those, but you have to hit at least 3 of them.
Well, it
You have to
depends.
have games,
I
you have
would
to have
say
strikeouts, and, whatever. But
I would
if you
say
don't,
80% of the. Let's say there's like field goal percentage.
so 10 categories.
10 categories.
Yeah,
I'd say
10
80.
If you have
categories.
10 categories, you have to hit at least 8 of those 10.
Yes, I could agree with that.
Look, Chris,
That's-
this
it would-
is easy. This is what you do. You don't announce. This is how you fix it. You don't announce who is nominated for the Hall of Fame. Don't announce. Don't tell the writers. Don't tell anybody. We don't know who's up for it. You take them. You put them in a room. You hand them every player's sheet of their stats without their name on it. Tell them to vote blindly on who has the best stats.
That's good.
Don't let them know
can do
who it
that
is.
too.
Don't let them know who's nominated. Then you can
But-
truly get who deserves to be in.
But how
But
can
then
you? But how
have to
can you?
leave.
How can you add the intangibles? Because sometimes intangibles override stats.
There's
They're
that.
going to be a
The
percentage for
teams-
intangibles.
I mean, that's true. I mean, it's not perfect, but like,
And then the problem then comes back is that Bonds still wouldn't have been voted in because everybody would have been like, right, there's the most home runs. Boom, out.
But you see,
Yeah.
even if you do it the way Chris was saying, Danny, though, you still don't factor in the intangibles in there, right? So I
No.
think that the intangibles are important, but maybe not as important as, let's say, having Super Bowl rings, having a certain amount of touchdown passes or receptions or stuff like that. So, but I mean, even if you do it like that, like me and Chris said, you could still put intangibles in there because you're at least.
Let me give you a scenario, Anzo. You got Charles Barkley, you got Kevin Garnett, you got Karl Malone. You put all their numbers together, but only one of them got a championship. Who's the better power forward out of those 3?
Honestly, I say Kevin Garnett.
Better than Charles Barkley?
Yeah. I think Kevin Garnett's a better player than Charles Barkley was.
I don't know about that, bro.
Yeah, Charles Barkley was okay, but
All right,
Hey,
yeah.
guys, I got to get going.
All right, Chris.
I got to get dinner done.
Better.
But, all right, guys, take it easy.
I'm-
Great conversation today, guys.
Yeah, man. I might even give Karl Malone over Charles Barkley.
No, bro. Come on now.
Yeah, for real. Yo, Karl Malone is what leading the league in I think it was some kind of scoring title he had.
Yeah,
or
he's
something.
like top 5.
You know what I mean? Like he was went to the finals twice, even though he was the reason why they lost one of them. But I mean, I would put him over Charles Barkley. I put KD, Karl Malone, Charles Barkley.
Can't swallow that pill.
Well, one more thing about baseball, because I don't know as much about basketball. So the thing is, like, some people are like, well, it's okay if he didn't get in, because if you do something historical in baseball, they still put like your bat or your glove in the Hall of Fame. Like Barry Bonds has a thing in the Hall of Fame saying that he has the most home runs ever. It's just not in the plaque room. That's the so some people are like, well, he's in there. So if you do something amazing, you hit like 3,000 hits, your cleats go in there. So some people say that's good enough. I don't think it is.
I would swallow that pill or agree with that argument if he was found guilty. But he was never found guilty. He was suspected of it. If you look at it, it looked like he got bigger and start hitting shit longer and harder. I agree with it. But at the end of the day, he never popped a piss test. So
I agree with you, Danny.
How can you punish this man if he never broke the rule?
Well, it's also like a lot of people came out later, people who knew him, doctors who were like working with him, and they all claimed that they know what he took, they gave it to him, how much he took. It was obvious to us that his power went up. He gained like 40 pounds of muscle. It's all circumstantial. So like some of these baseball writers also think that they have like inside information about guys who actually injected him, so they take that as the law. But I agree, like if you are not proven guilty in a court of law or in the court of baseball or whatever,
you don't go to jail.
You don't go to jail. Like, you know, you're an officer.
That's right.
You have to have evidence. And it's not just, well, all the circumstantial evidence says that he probably did it. Well, look, it did it.
You gotta have the smoking gun. So
he never failed the test.
They don't have a smoking gun. So I don't think that's fair. And then I think Anzo and I disagree, and we're not baseball fans, but I don't think there should be like Pete Rose lifetime. I think that's crazy. 30 years is sufficient, or whatever number you want to put on there, 25 to 30 years. I think it's sufficient. Then you give them, okay, after 30 years, we're going to give you 2 years to be eligible to go in there. If any of the writers or whoever makes the vote for you in, you get in. But somebody that brought that much, what's the word I want to use? Did that much for baseball. He made one mistake, and now he's punishing for the rest of his life. He didn't kill nobody.
So you're saying like vote, like give him a 30-year ban, then vote him in?
30-year ban, then give him 2 years. If in those 2 years he can make the vote or the cut, so to speak, he can come in. If he can't,
but then a lot of the guys who are actually watching him play in the time might be dead or not voting anymore. So that's the problem with that, is there's new writers who will just look at footage of him, like me. Like I never watched Pete Rose play, but I watched footage. But that, it's not the same as like being there.
I agree, but
like I agree with you. If he didn't murder somebody or like do something to kids or like sexually assault someone, like, dude, he has the most hits in MLB history. How is he not?
Who's sorry?
Pete Rose. And you know what, Danny? I was right. I did say the lifetime ban, right? But I'm going with the fact that they're enforcing all the rules. If they're not enforcing all the rules, then I can't say, well, you know what I mean? You're letting this one in, but you're banning this guy for that and stuff like that. But that's the thing. The rules are inconsistent. Now, if they were forcing the rules and it was like we said, where if you did steroids, you can't get in regardless of your numbers and stuff like that, then I would say, yes, keep him out of their banning for whatever reason, even the speculation of him cheating. But because they're not doing that, then I agree with you. They shouldn't give him a lifetime ban because no one else has a lifetime ban. Yeah. So I can agree with that.
It's a bad situation. Fortunately, I don't care about baseball, so I don't really care. But man, this was a good conversation. Good.
Yeah, it was fun.
I don't like the outcome. Worth a damn, but oh well.
Well,
I'll soon forget that
sorry
too.
For young.
But about 20 minutes after this, I'll forget this shit too. So
good, because you blamed everyone, but I picked Joe Montana over Tom Brady.
I don't care about that. Like I said,
I'm just
like
saying.
I said when I was talking to Chris, I know he like that, but that one thing I ain't gonna never ever agree with that shit.
Oh yeah, no. I'm just saying that we've talked who I think the
Yeah.
GOAT is, but I picked Joe Montana. That's my point.
No,
I picked Joe.
just the
Well, I do think it kind of shows that if Joe Montana was placed in John Brady's era, then he probably would have played for at least just as long, and then maybe he would have collected enough rings.
The only reason why I don't hold water to me, Sean, is because there are plenty of people that start the same time LeBron James did, and plenty of quarterbacks that start the same time Tom Brady did. Tom Brady and LeBron James are the two exceptions to the rule because they chose to take care of their bodies. LeBron James put $2 million on the offseason into his body. I'm not sure how much Brady does, but he got that guy that travels with him, does all those damn massages and all them kind of whatever he does to try to extend his football life. Other quarterbacks got those same resources, but they chose not to do it. So I'm saying that has something to do with it, not just how tough the game is or how brutal the game is or how the rules have been lax from 20 years ago. Some of it, too, is the decisions that they make. Some of these athletes make poor decisions. They don't watch their diet. They indulge in drugs. They indulge in other stuff. Tom Brady and LeBron James chose not to do those crazy things that would shorten their lives. Their football and basketball lives short of the game itself. That's what I'm trying to say.
And what I will say is that if you look at Joe Montana's career, I think he would be on their level. I think he would do the
I'm not doubting he would. I'm just saying, but you can't hold that against Tom Brady and LeBron James because the rules are different.
I'm not really holding it against them.
You're not, but somebody else would. That's what I don't. That's what I don't.
Danny, like Babe Ruth, he's considered maybe the greatest baseball player of all time, and he would like smoke cigars before and after games,
and he was overweight,
and he would eat hot dogs and drink beer in the dugout sometimes.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Now I think if he would take care of his body like athletes now, no telling what he could have done on top of what he already was.
But like that's the argument is like I don't think he could hit the pitchers now because pitchers are better than ever, and like back then there were only like two main pitches. Now there are 4 or 5, and the average person threw like in the 80s. Now the average is like 95, but it's hard to compare it because the pitchers threw not as hard. They threw less pitches, and he was eating hot dogs and drinking beer. But give him the TB12 regiment, Babe Ruth might have had better numbers.
That's my argument.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't say that just because they played a tougher time rules wise that they're better players. That's what I don't agree. I don't think that. I just don't agree with that. I could be wrong.
Yeah, I do think Brady still would have played longer, for the reasons you said. I do think Montana's better for other reasons, but I mean, just for like durability reasons with tougher league he played in back then, I would say if he was placed in this generation, then he would probably play maybe until he's like 39, 40 at least.
Well, the only thing I will say is, and I'm not saying anyone's better because of this, and it's so hard to compare generations anyways, right? Because so much things are different. But I also say, like, if you put Tom Brady in Joe Montana's era, we don't know if Tom Brady even lasts 5 years, right? We don't know if Tom Brady can take those type of hits that they were giving these guys. You know what I mean? So it's really hard to compare because if you look at Tom Brady's career, and this is another reason why he has such longevity, is because he barely gets hit. You know what I mean?
And you know why? Because, correct me if I'm wrong, he has the fastest release of any quarterback ever. It ain't in his hands for more than 2 or 3 seconds.
He does, and he's had a great, offensive line. I think that's the one thing that has always been consistent with his teams is he has great offensive lines.
Yeah. He undeniably always has good offensive lines, but also I'm not going to take away he has amazing footwork and he has great pocket awareness.
Yeah.
Which a lot of quarterbacks back in the day, they didn't really focus on pocket awareness and sliding up in the pocket they didn't have the advanced metrics of what to do in certain situations. So they also they didn't even have the metrics that we have now. They didn't even know some of these stats existed.
Mm-hmm.
They were just like, I'm gonna get up there and I'm gonna sling this ball like Brett Favre. He didn't have any pocket presence. He was just slinging the rock.
Yeah. And he got hit a lot. You know what I mean? Brett Favre got hit a lot, man.
Man, I think this may be the longest square one we ever done. I
think so. Yeah.
Yeah. I enjoyed it.
Sorry, we derailed it with baseball talk.
No, you're good. I mean, it wasn't, at least it was talk that we could get into. You know what I mean? We weren't sitting there talking about certain teams and this and that. We were talking at least some stuff that we could get into. So that's fine.
Yeah. I appreciate you coming, Pickle and Sean, man, and made the show exciting. Before we get off of here, Sean, go ahead and shout out your channel. Anything you got upcoming on your channel, let people know. Sean? Okay. Pickle?
Wow. I'm Philosophical Pickle. I think this is my first time on Danny's channel. I appreciate you having me on, man. This was
Not a
fun.
problem.
I'm actually doing a comic book movie tournament tomorrow at midnight. So Philosophical Pickle tomorrow, midnight Central Time. I believe Anzo will be on there. Danny, if you want to come on, just I'll message you or something. Ask
What
Anzo.
What are you doing?
I'm doing like the tournament style that we've been doing. I'm doing comic book movies.
Oh God.
So I'm gonna try to have a good balance of DC and Marvel guys. I don't want it to just be all Marvel or all DC. I want it to be fair. So I'm gonna have a good panel, gonna have some fun, and this is a fun conversation.
How many people you gonna have on there?
I mean, I'll probably if everyone wants to come on, I'll put it to the max. I'll put it up to 10.
Okay. I might swing by. I appreciate the invite. Anzo.
Yeah. Bigger Ford Entertainment, guys, you know the deal. We still have one ranking to finish, and then we have the one on the chaos list, which should be fire as well. Later on tonight, I'll probably be chilling with MSK, and I'll have to deal with all this fucking bullshit DCEU talk, and it's better than the MCU. But I'm gonna come out blazing, man. That's how we do over here, you know.
All right.
Great show. It's fun today.
Yeah, appreciate it. Sean, you there?
Yeah.
All right. What's going on in your neck of the woods, sir? Shout out your channel.
I mean, I don't really have any channel yet or anything that I do, so yeah, I don't have anything to really say. But yeah, I'm on a lot of streams like on zone stuff. So yeah, I mean, I do have a channel that I did comment with earlier in the live chat, but I mean, I don't really do much on it. That might change though, but yeah.
All right. Well, you got an open invite. I'll let you know whenever we do something else, and you got an open invitation. Same to you, Pickle.
Okay. Thanks.
I'm Danny Graham, aka Comment Chat. You can find me here on Saturdays, usually if nothing doesn't come up like work did today. And Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday night on Chaos Central, you can find me, Chris, and Alzo. My show is Chaotic Conversations. I usually have 4 questions, 4 topics, and we discuss it. Alzo is on the Rule of 3. Chaos List, where he usually has topics, and usually 3 topics or more. And then on the Rule of 3, we got 3 topics, 3 minutes, where we all discuss different topics, man. Sometimes it's politics, sometimes it's sports, sometimes it's Marvel, DCU. It doesn't matter. So, like I said, this is one of our longest shows, Square One tonight. I really thank the chat for being in there, man, hanging with us. Didn't turn out like I wanted to, but at the end of the day, I really ain't mad. Joe Montana, he's not a bad quarterback. Not bad at all. But until next time, next Saturday, we will say your piece, and thanks for coming. Later.
Yes.
Square one.